Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome to episode 143 of the ItsObviousGaming podcast. I'm your host, Preston Pugh, and I'm joined by my two best friends, Garrett Drake.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
And Jacob Alka.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you
Jacob,
doing?
Do you have anything original to say?
I have a beard now.
That's nice. You have more facial hair than I do.
Yeah, for once.
Yeah.
It won't last long.
Why's
I have to shave it before Tuesday.
Why?
Work.
They make you shave for work?
Yes, sadly.
You can't have a beard dropping off prepackaged food.
No. I think it's because I work. Sometimes we work in such close proximity to the food being made.
Okay.
Even though I've worked at other food places in the past and I've been able to have a beard, so.
Yeah.
Do you have to wear a hairnet?
No.
How does that make any sense?
I would compromise if I had to wear like a mask or something.
Mm-hmm.
If I could grow out a beard.
Whose beard hair is just falling out?
I know.
I don't know.
That's weird.
It's funny though, like, you have to shave, but we're not going to make you wear a hairnet, which is where most of the hair would fall out anyway.
Well, sometimes we work in coolers and we're wearing, you know, ball caps. Or not ball caps, but
Hairnets?
beanies.
Beanies, okay.
Yeah. So
I feel like it'd be kind of fun to work in a freezer or a refrigerator for a little bit. Kind of pretend like it's Mr. Freeze's lair.
It's not fun at all.
Is that a pun? You said it would be pretty cool to work in a freezer. Did you do that?
Perhaps it was. I don't like to call out my puns though.
Okay.
I feel like it's more effective if people just notice it. And
I just want to let you. I just wanted to let you know I acknowledged it.
And then you act like you didn't try to make a pun.
Yeah, totally. I was going to say, yeah, I would pretend it's like Mr. Freeze's lair if I was in there.
Sing, sing, Frosty.
I hate it when people talk during the movie.
The first time's like that, maybe, but after you work there for months and a year, you know, it's not like that anymore.
What did your face look like the last time I saw you? I don't even remember.
Less facial hair?
It was clean shaven.
Okay.
Well, I was beginning the process of growing hair out. I shaved that Thursday, and we shot on Saturday or Sunday. So.
Okay. I shaved for Zach's wedding, and Zach himself didn't even shave for his own wedding. So I was like, well, I've goofed.
Why did you shave? Just
because I was one of the groomsmen, and I was like, maybe I should look presentable and not as scraggly. And a couple of the other guys shaved too that were groomsmen, thinking the same thing I did.
I just knew Elliot was going, and he has a massive beard.
Elliot does have a thick beard. Elliot, man, we always talk about how thick his thighs are. I mean, he's like has the thickest legs you've ever seen in your life. He got like the biggest pair of pants they had, and they were still bursting at the seams around his legs. He just can't fit into them.
He couldn't bend over.
No, he couldn't. If he had moved his leg too much, it would rip down the entire leg. It was hilarious.
Man.
So, but yeah, we got all dressed up and went to Zach's wedding this week.
Yeah,
that was
we
cool.
had a wedding.
Awesome.
Not for us two, but for a friend.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm really sad that I couldn't be there.
Yeah,
but,
dude, guess who was there? Logan Smith.
Oh, really?
Came all the way from Texas.
Well, now I feel bad.
He drove from Texas with his wife. He came.
He's married?
Yeah, he's married.
Yeah. Really?
You know, he got He got married and then moved to Texas with his wife. Wife is really cool too.
Wow.
Yeah, she reminds me a lot of Casey, so she was cool.
Okay.
I was going to say
Zach Rivera.
Yeah, Rivera was there. He came all the way from Chicago. I mean, we were talking crap about you the entire time.
He works there now.
That's fine.
Just kidding. But yeah, it was cool catching up with everyone. Ridge was there. Yeah, I think that was pretty much all
I'm sure the
friends
viewers know all these people.
Yeah. No, yeah, I apologize.
Yeah, just a lot of old friends we
our old buddies.
You guys look him up on social media.
Yeah, just check him out, man.
Please don't.
But it was a fun time. It was a fun time. It was the first wedding I've truly been a part of. Not just like in attendance, obviously, but been a part of the wedding, so it was fun.
Same. Well, yeah, it's the first one I've been a part of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it was cool.
It was fun.
That was the only interesting event of the week. It basically ate up our entire week.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. So I shared a room with Zach the night before he got married. I called it. I was like, I've slept with Zach the most out of the men in this house. And I was like, I'm going to sleep with him the last time before he's a married man.
Did you guys make
So I get to say I was the last man who slept with Zach before he was married.
Nice.
So naturally we made love one last time. I was like, I'm going to miss this, man. He's like, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's just...
So we had a lot of pillow talk the night before he got married. And he was like, yeah, man, I don't want to get married. And he's like, I'm just doing it because I was like, yeah, man, I feel you. I was like, I'll probably do the same thing. So it was
just
great.
Doing it to keep her happy.
No. But yeah, it was cool. It was an interesting experience, to say the least, to see. I mean, I know Preston's married, but we weren't there for that. So to see one of your best pals get married.
So
yeah, to see one of your best friends get married, I was like, this is kind of surreal right now.
Yeah.
So.
But I did talk to him on the phone, and I was like, sorry, man, but work sucks ass, but we need to.
I mean, they recognize that. I mean, he told me, he's like, they intentionally had to do it on a Thursday just because it was just a budget thing. And
I had a feeling that's why they did it.
Yeah, he said they had to make it they had to cut down as much as possible. Yeah. So.
Well, I said we all need to just.
You were just part of the number. They wanted half the people eliminated. They invited. So.
Yeah. Well, we all need to just hang out sometime. Yeah, and he's here now, so.
His parents have an awesome lake house.
Yeah. Is he down there where they are?
He's about 40. This is cool. Listen to this. So he's about 45 minutes from his parents' lake house. But what's interesting is that he and his wife live about 5 minutes from a marina. And there's a Waffle House in the marina. He says, I love this plan. He's like, you guys are going to come down one weekend and we'll eat breakfast at Waffle House. We wait by the marina. My parents swing by in their boat and pick us up. And we go back to their lake house and hang out all day. And then they just bring us back afterwards.
Okay,
so
that's cool.
That's pretty awesome.
And they have their own place?
They do, yeah.
Nice.
So 5 minutes, take a boat ride over to his parents and chill for the day and come back.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I look forward to hanging with them.
Yeah, you definitely need to come next time we go.
No, I will. Well, if I can.
We're trying to make
I need to be definitely not in the future.
We're trying to make it a once-a-year reunion at his parents' lake house where we hang out for a weekend. So
that'd be awesome.
That'd be perfect, I think.
Didn't we try to make videos when we went last time, but it just didn't happen?
Oh yeah, we were like, we're gonna make a like a Halo Let's Play or something, or FIFA Let's Play. Because for years we were talking about how funny a FIFA Let's Play would be with all of us playing, but we didn't end up doing it.
Like I didn't even think about it because I had been drinking all day.
Yeah,
I was just I was in the wear down phase where I was just kind of tired. You know?
Yeah. I think I passed out on the couch. Zach's dad kill 4 snakes while we were there?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, badass. Just hanging out on the pine straw.
Big snakes too. So.
Is or do they have neighbors?
They do.
Oh, okay,
it's like in a cul-de-sac on the lake.
So you couldn't have just gone out there with like
a shotgun
and just went crazy.
That would have been awesome. That'd have been a lot of fun. So yeah, that was our week. That was about it.
Very cool.
Much, yeah,
dude, my week sucked.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was hardly able to play any video games. I didn't work hardly any because I was on call pretty much all week. I am starting like full-time in this job down in Fayetteville, Georgia on Monday. Majority of my week was I've already talked to you guys about it, but I purchased land I didn't purchase, I signed for land to build a house. So we finally got that going. I'm excited to finally get out of this place we've been renting. It's been weird renting a place because I feel like I'm in a hotel kind of. With my stuff in there, like I've never felt this entire time I've been living at this house I've been renting, I haven't felt home, if that makes any sense. Like I know it's temporary, I know I was only going to be there for a year, so it's like I never could fully like feel completely.
You can never fully take a comfortable dump in this house is what you're trying to say.
Oh no, I took plenty comfortable dumps, but there's just been this mental thing where it's like I know I'm not home. So I am excited to finally like have a place that is mine, like a new place where I'm the first guy in there. I'm making it my own. I'm
first one to poop in there.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about. You got to mark your territory.
So yeah, I'm definitely excited for that to happen. Should be mid-August. I really want to get in there and get everything set up before football season starts again, so I can start doing that. I'd love to have you guys
like a must-need
over and watch football and stuff.
Of course,
fun.
I'll bring over some hot dogs, perhaps.
Yeah. We didn't watch one game last year with each other.
No, we didn't.
Which sucks. So we need to right that wrong.
I agree.
This coming
season.
You
guys did that Florida-Georgia thing.
You couldn't come.
I couldn't because of work.
Yeah.
I missed many games because of work.
You just suck.
Yeah.
We watched the SEC game remotely. We texted about it a bit.
Yeah, we did.
And the national championship, of course.
Don't even act like that's the same, Garrett.
No, it's not.
It's not
at
even
all.
Close.
We could have FaceTimed.
We could have. Well, I know you're still working and stuff, but whenever we can figure it out, that would be awesome.
I look forward
for us
to
all
it,
watch games.
It'll happen
with each other. So yeah, but yeah, that was pretty much my week. Like I said, unfortunately, I hardly played anything, and not to say that I didn't have any time to play games, because I definitely did, but there was no drive in me to play video games. It was a different feeling I had this week. I don't know if it was because of the stress of finishing taxes and getting this house put away, which was a just wake up call and a slap of, what am I trying to say? Just a slap to the face with adulthood, if that makes any sense.
I can only
because
imagine.
It is a pain in the ass to do all this crap, dude.
Define mortgage.
Define mortgage.
House payment?
Yeah.
Why do they call it mortgage?
Mortgage? I don't know.
It's like pay the electricity bill, pay the water bill, pay the car bill. It's mortgage.
I feel like still like a baby because my wife is so far. She did everything.
She's had to be independent for a long time.
Yeah. She has, but she just knows so much more. From what I understand, and I'm probably going to butcher this, we went to a certified lender of this housing group or whatever, and we pretty much just say, this is how much money I make, this is our debt to income ratio, this is our credit score, and this is how much the house we're trying to purchase is, and they either approve or
tell you to F off.
Yeah, pretty much, based on like if they feel like we can make the payments or whatever. So that's pretty much like in a nutshell of what a mortgage is.
It's so funny how our lives are all in different tracks. Like Preston's signing off on a house with his wife, his own home, building his own home. He's in his career. Zach's married and off on his honeymoon. And I'm coming downstairs and be like, Mommy, have you seen my jumper? That's like what I'm still doing. I'm like, Mom, can you ship bag my tuxedo from Zach's wedding? I have to do a podcast with my friends. So that's my life right now. I have to go write a history essay tonight and blow my brains out.
I do that with my wife all the time. I'm constantly asking her where my brains out. Yeah, please end it. Or where my laundry is. Yeah,
right.
Like, where are my pants?
At the very least, I do my own laundry. That's got to count for something.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that changes is that when you have a wife, you don't ask your mom anymore.
Yeah, ask your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes Lizzie is my mom. Just picking up after me, doing all the complicated things.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, I'm excited. Speaking of, you brought up hot dogs. You're going to bring hot dogs?
You like hot dogs?
Oh, I love hot dogs. But I wanted to tell you that this is like such a dumb, just small story. But so I have two dogs. I have Zelda and Riley. Riley's a German Shepherd. Zelda is our little whatever the heck she is. I know she has some pit bull in her. But I thought I'd take her for a ride. I had to go drop something off at Lizzie's work. So I put her in the car. Of course, she's freaking out. She's never been in a car before. So I'm like stroking her the entire time. And she's calming down. I go through Dunkin' Donuts to get Lizzie a coffee. And the guy there's like, oh, man, that's a beautiful coat on the dog. I was like, oh, thanks. And she's like barking at him and stuff. So I get to the work, drop off the coffee or whatever, and she's doing good. So I'm like, oh, that's a great Zelda. And then it hits me. I was like, Riley gets the German Shepherd, he gets very irritated, I guess. And especially if there are no other dogs, like I could tell he was going to do something out of defiance because I took his friend from him and I left him home alone. So I walk inside and I'm looking around and everything's fine. And then I look in the kitchen, and I guess I need to give a little bit of a back step. I wanted to make some corn dogs last night, but of course I have to eat paleo. So I'm like looking up these insane recipes to make paleo
wrap them in grass
hot dogs. Pretty much. And we had these hot dogs from the butcher, and they're like 100% beef. Like, really? No, they're like over $1 a piece too.
That's
like
awesome.
They're really delicious hot dogs, but they're nice hot dogs. And I wasted 4 of them because the first recipe I tried was just horrible. They turned out awful, so I had to start again. So I just wasted 4 hot dogs, and I forgot to clean them up. So I guess you can see where I'm going. Anyways, he jumped up on the counter and ate
that 4. Fat dog jumped up there?
Yeah, he ate 4 hot dogs.
My goodness.
Yeah, right off the stove. So I was like, well, I'd rather him eat hot dogs than like destroy my couch or something. So yeah, that fat boy ate. I know you've never, all the people listening have not seen my German Shepherd, but he definitely is a tubby boy.
Yeah, so he's a big one.
Definitely, I say he earned those hot dogs figuring out a way to hop up on the stove or whatever. So anyways, that's my hot dog story.
It's funny when you mentioned Zelda going through a drive-thru, and guys like, oh, what a beautiful coat. Whenever we take Jax through a drive-thru, I guess people think he's a golden retriever. And like the small golden retriever.
Yeah.
Every time we go through, someone would be like, oh my gosh, what a cute golden. And we like die laughing because for some reason someone calling him the golden is so funny.
He's anything but the golden.
Yeah, it's funny because he's so misbehaved at home, but he's just so relaxed in the cars because he's just been traveling all over the place since he was a puppy. Now Lily just like freaks out the entire time. I mean, she like dry heaves the entire time. She's so scared. That's what she does, man. And her eyes are like massive too. It's like a psychopath. But yeah, taking dogs on trips is a fun time.
Yeah.
They rub their nose all over your window, stain it permanently.
Yeah. Yeah, Zelda didn't do anything like that. Luckily, she just laid there. She didn't dry heave her. That I was also waiting for her to do that because Stanley, my sister's dog, he does that exact same thing, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Did you open the window for Zelda?
No,
No.
she just was. She did get a little hot, so I like full blasted
one
the
step
AC
at a
on
time.
her. But yeah, I didn't want to go too far. I'm scared of the dog jumping out of the window, committing suicide.
Yeah, I cannot imagine.
Yeah. That's had to have happened
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Gosh, it seemed like that would be the worst thing of all time, I think. But anywho, anything else exciting happened to you guys this week?
Not really.
No,
I don't think so.
Well, did you? I'm sure with all the stuff you guys had to do this week, y'all had hardly any time to play games as well.
Yeah, I played a couple things for COG, but nothing for myself, unfortunately.
I had a tiny bit of time. I finally finished Breath of the Wild. It's done.
You beat Ganon?
I beat it.
Nice.
Very cool fight. I enjoyed it a lot. Wasn't very hard, but
No.
it's pretty easy, especially with the Guardians or the Divine Beasts actually taking down half his health. I'm sure like the fight without that would be pretty difficult or much longer at the very least than it actually was for me.
Yeah, the boss from the Champions Ballad DLC is definitely way more.
Yeah,
of a
that was
challenge.
definitely the highlight of the game probably for me was that fight. Did all 120 shrines. It was fun tracking them all down. I used this little Polygon article to track them all down. I enjoyed all the labyrinths. Those were kind of a cool, unique twist on finding a shrine. What else? Really enjoyed the what was it? The motorbike in the game that I
Master Cycle Zero.
Yes, thank you. I finished the DLC before I beat the game, obviously. So I got to enjoy using the motorcycle a lot, and that was fun. But yeah, really enjoyed my time with the game. I finally got around to beating it after a year when it came out. But
isn't it
close
like
to the 1 year
exactly
anniversary?
a year? Yeah.
pretty much. I mean, I didn't start till over the summer, and I've taken several breaks. But
Isn't that insane that was a year ago?
That is unreal,
Like
dude.
that's insane.
you heard about this problem where people's time played is getting reset on the Switch? Yeah. Like, there's this bug, apparently, that Nintendo's looking at right now, but if you got your Switch on day one, you were playing Zelda, like, apparently your time's getting reset because it's been a year or something.
Oh,
It's some kind of weird problem.
What
So
do
maybe
we
check
do?
out your Switch and see if your Zelda playtime is...
I'll be mortified if it's reset.
Oh, no!
No, I can't imagine anything worse.
My
than
memories
that.
are gone.
Speaking of anniversaries, it was our 3-year anniversary in February 23rd, and I totally forgot.
Oh, dang.
So it shows how much we care about this channel nowadays, am I right?
Yeah, right.
I'm just so busy now.
Yeah. 3 years, though. Pretty cool, man.
Wow, that's awesome.
Totally.
Very
Anyway.
cool.
I can't believe we forgot that. But
Completely forgot.
I did also start Xenoblade Chronicles 2
Oh,
last
nice.
night. I'm still in the tutorial phase. I'm in like that trade district still, just kind of learning my way around shit.
Did you download the Japanese voice pack?
I have, but I don't have it
Okay.
enabled.
You should enable it.
You think so?
Yes.
Because I don't
do
really
think
mind the
so.
English so far.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't take his like Irish accent or whatever.
I don't
Whatever it
mind it,
is.
yeah.
It drove me crazy.
We'll see how it plays out, but
Okay.
yeah, I'll keep you updated.
All right.
I want to jump into some combat because
Yeah.
I've hardly had any so far.
You'll find some. Yeah. Once it comes, there's a lot of it. So.
But yeah, I'm excited to jump into that, and I'm also gonna finish Kingdom Hearts 2. Last night was like the first night where I really had time to play some stuff, so I kind of jumped into Kingdom Hearts 2. I finished Zelda, which I was standing in front of Ganon, so I knocked that out real quick. Jumped into Kingdom Hearts 2, finished off my second trip to the Beast Castle, and my second trip to the Pirates of the Caribbean world, and then I put that down. I was like, I want to jump into Xenoblade just to kind of get started. So I did that and went to bed, and here I am. So that's what I played this week.
Nice.
Sick.
Yep, all in one day.
What about you, Garrett?
Jacob and I played Super Seducer for COG Connected.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was a silly game, to say the least. Have you seen our video?
Yeah,
Preston?
I saw it. It was fun.
It was a fun time. That guy is a hero, man. He's a hero to us all. I'm glad I could learn how to properly seduce anything I'm attracted to.
That's good. It's a good skill.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I was reading that he was like calling people out on YouTube and other websites, or either giving it a poor review or making fun of him. He was just like arguing with people on the internet. So funny. So I'm hoping he says something about our video. I mean, I edited the crap out of that video to make it look stupider than. I mean, it's still stupid, but I made it look even stupider with edits. So yeah. I'm hoping he comments on that video at some point. That'd be nice. Yeah, we played that. Also played a bit more Hunt for top 5 tips for prevailing in Hunt Showdown I'm crafting. I've basically written it. I have one more paragraph.
So you're the master now, huh?
Exactly. I even make a joke about that at the beginning. I was like, what do I say? I was like, you may disagree with me, or you may even crown me Captain Obvious by the end of my self-righteous monologue.
Nice
I was like, but regardless, here are my top 5 tips for prevailing. And I told him, I was like, this is based off my own experience. I mean, you may even have better tips than I do, but the tips I have, I've won. I don't meant to tell you this person. I've won like 10 matches in that game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I figured out like just how to do it, I guess. I mean, granted, they may make updates and may suck again. But I've been in some just absolutely thrilling firefights. So many cool ones. I don't know if you've seen any of the videos I've been putting on COG's YouTube channel, but one firefight's so funny. So there's like a river, and there's obviously two paths of land on either side of this river. So I'm running along the river, and I see a zombie up ahead of me. I'm going to go stab him, and he's like 10 feet in front of me. But then I hear someone ruffling on the other side of the river. There's a dude just like running around this tree, and he doesn't see me yet. I was like, oh, crap. It's like, I'm going to go hide. I was in solo. So I run across the river and I go hide in a bush, and he's still moving around. And all of a sudden I think, because I'm looking at him with my gun just like pointing at him, just waiting for him to stop so I can take a shot. And then he just freezes. And right before I take a shot, he shoots at me and hits me. I'm like, oh, shit. So I get nailed. I think he like hit me in the chest because like more than half my health went down. I was like, holy crap. So we get in a firefight and shoot back and forth for a few seconds. And finally I hit him. I hit him once, and then he hits me again. And I have like the smallest, I can barely see it, such little health left. So I'm like, I'm basically dead at this point. I'm like, I'm so gonna die. And out of nowhere, this torch wielding zombie runs at the guy and attacks him and ignites him in flames. He's like, ah! So he was running, and I took out my shotgun and blasted him once, and I guess it took down more health. He's still running for his life from this zombie. And I was so flustered, though, before I took out my shotgun, I kept pulling my trigger and nothing was happening. I was like, why isn't my gun firing? I realized I was empty, so I was reloading that, and then I pulled out the shotgun, and I shot him twice and killed him. Then I pulled out a knife and stabbed the zombie as he came for me right after that. And I was barely alive, and I had another guy from across the other side of the river where I just was previously shooting at me after that. So it was super exciting, but I ended up surviving that round. Killed a couple more guys. I think the coolest part of that match was after that was when there was another guy who also accidentally caught himself on fire. Just like running around a barn near where the spider was. So he caught on fire and we shot at each other. I missed a bunch of times. So there's a barn in between us. So he runs on one side of the barn, and I realize I can get into this barn right next to me. So I open the doors and I sneak into the barn, and I hide in a corner, and I hear the other side of the barn doors open. So I know he's coming in. I just pull out my shotgun. He walks right past me, doesn't even see me, and I blast him, and then finish him off with another gun. But that was cool. And then the spider, I cheesed him out of the barn, and he got frozen outside and just stood there, and I shot him to death. So the game has a lot of bugs still.
Got frozen. Nice.
Yeah, because the bosses reside in what they call compounds. So some compounds lock you in there with the boss, or at least make it very difficult to get out. Like for example, there's one compound where the butcher hides, where you have to kind of crank open the door, and when you go in, it closes behind you. In order to get out, it takes like 10 seconds to open it back up again. So those fights are genuinely difficult, but I think they need to make them all like that, because there are some where I can walk into the compound and the boss will hear me and just run towards me, and I just back out so they can't leave. And then when they get to the edge, you just shoot them. And then when they walk away, you just bait them back again. Well, this spider is so fast that he ran halfway out of the barn and just got stuck and couldn't go back in. So he just stared at me, and I shot him till he died. That was a free win, but there are matches that I've won for real that have been really, really cool. And I realized the best way to play the game is at night. By far, it is the most fun. Not only is it much scarier, but it's just more intense because you can't really see as well. And getting in fights is always interesting because, like, you know, when you shoot the guns, it just ignites the whole area because of the muzzle flash and everything. So, and it's only lit by the moonlight too. And even running at 1080p on the lowest settings, that game looks incredible with the moonlight, just the lighting especially. So when they really optimize that, I would love to see how it looks on your PC when it's further down the road. Because even on mine, I'm like, I can tell this is going to look so good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and it's much stabler than the alpha. I typically range around 50 to 60 frames consistently, unless there's like a million things going on. It'll drop to like 30, but typically can hang on to about 50 frames or so. And that game's super fun.
Nice.
So that video version of that article I'm writing should be out by Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe. I'm just so busy that I have no time for anything. But that's what I was working on this week when I had time.
Nice.
But that was it. Nothing. I didn't even get to touch Celeste this week, unfortunately. Then you have time to play a handheld game. So it is what it is, though. I will get back to that eventually.
Final Fantasy 15, boys.
So
that's what I played.
Did you?
Yeah.
On PC?
PC demo was released. Let you play the first chapter. And whoo doggy.
What are you doing?
Did they nail it? It's
Yeah.
an excellent PC port. Dude, that game running 4K, maxed out, 60 frames. My goodness. It's beautiful.
Bet it's gorgeous.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I do know that there is a 4K texture pack that you will download once the game is fully released. So I don't think I had the actual 4K assets. I just ran it as good as I could just in the demo. And I could tell with some character models, they weren't as sharp as I feel like they could be. So I'm assuming that's what the texture pack that you will download once the game actually comes out will fix. But yeah, but just from the demo, it ran incredible, looks amazing, was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing it again. So I definitely will be picking that up again. It's coming out on Tuesday. Wonderful. And with the demo, you can continue from where it left off. It'll keep your save progress and everything. So yeah, I'm looking forward to play that again. So played.
You think
that
you'll actually
demo.
play through the whole thing again?
Yes,
Really?
and I'll tell you why. Okay. They've added a few things that I never got around to on the console version, like the regalia, the off-roading part of the regalia.
There's an off-road mode.
Yeah.
Is it like a Jeep or something?
It turns the regalia into like a monster truck looking thing.
Oh my god.
So you can go
awesome.
off-road. They did tweaks to chapter 13 where I think you can actually play as Ignis or Gladios during that part if you choose to do so.
Okay.
I still haven't played the Ignis episode yet, so I want to play that.
But you played Prompto and...
I played Prompto and Gladios.
What's the other guy? Yeah, Gladios.
Yeah, I played those. Haven't played Ignis yet. And I do know that they're planning to do 4 more packs this year, which I'm excited for. There's an actual reward for getting the 13 ancient weapons or whatever they're called. It's like a... I didn't look too much into it because I don't want to spoil myself.
Like a super weapon or something?
Yes, it is something that makes you extremely powerful after you collect all 13 of the swords or whatever, the weapons or whatever they are.
Like
so
the ultimate weapon.
That's cool. I know there's you can drive the boat now and go fishing out at sea, which is cool.
Neat.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of things like that. Oh yeah, the I don't know, spoilers, but at the end you go back to Insomnia, the big city. Apparently they have made it bigger and they've actually added side quests and stuff to do in that city, different bosses. I think they've added like 3 new bosses or something.
It did feel a little small when you get there.
Yeah, so they actually opened it up. I believe in you can do stuff in there now. So just things like that have intrigued me, and I really, I like that game. Say what you will about it, but I really love that game. And yeah, just things like that are making me look forward to going back to it. So but yeah, I played the demo for a couple hours, just running around doing hunting quests and stuff. Played a decent bit of Kingdom Come, just trying to get through the main campaign, and I've done more cool things in that game. Not to spoil anything, but some cool things definitely do happen story-wise. There's a twist that I didn't necessarily see coming, so I thought it was pretty cool.
The bad guy's your uncle.
Exactly. No, but yeah, there was a really cool mission where you get I don't think it's a spoiler. You get captured and you have to escape from this camp, and it's a pretty cool mission. So that was cool. But yeah, just having fun with that game, just knocking stuff out. I have so much playtime. It's like 90 hours now. I still haven't beat it yet. So I'm just trying to get through the campaign just so I see how it ends. And I think I've done a majority of the side quests. So I feel like if I just do the campaign, knock out the other side quests that I think are interesting, I think I'll be done with that game. And I really like that game. Nothing else to really add to it that I haven't said over the past couple of weeks talking about it. I bought every Deus Ex game. Well, at least the remaining ones that I didn't have, which was the first one, second one, Human Revolution, the director's cut. And I played a little bit through Human Revolution, and Mankind Divided does so much. Well, it improves the gameplay like astronomically in terms, just the battery system, just the takedown system in Human Revolution is so annoying. Every time you execute a takedown, you have to wait for your battery to refill, and it takes, I mean, you have to do the same thing in Mankind Divided, but it is so much faster. It never really gets in the way. But man, if you like do a stealth takedown in Human Revolution, I feel like you have to wait like 3 minutes before you can do another one. It's so annoying. I can't believe that that wasn't fixed in the director's cut or whatever. I don't know. I just need to maybe I just remember my first initial playthrough, even after upgrading my battery, it still took forever, but we'll see.
It's like not letting you play how you want.
Yeah, I mean, if I take down a guy, I should be able to walk up and take down another guy. At least Mankind Divided fixed that for the most part, because your battery regain was so much faster. So yeah, I played through that a little bit. I do want to play the first Deus Ex, because I know a lot of people have that as one of the best games of all time, and I never played it. So I want to take a look at that. I got a good deal too, because Steam had them. You could buy every single Deus Ex game for like $8.
Collectively or individually?
All of them together for $8.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it was an incredible deal. And Deus Ex was one of the Humble Bundle games, which I sent you.
You did.
Mankind.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I have like 5 copies of Mankind Divided over everything.
Yeah.
But at Humble Bundle, they gave me a code, and I know. I think you said something about maybe playing through.
Oh yeah,
it
totally would.
Yeah, so I was like, well, definitely send you a code.
I've thought about buying Rise on Steam because the Square Enix publisher sale that's going on right now.
Of the Gladiator game?
Oh, Rise of the... Yes.
Oh.
Please play that.
It's only
talking about that Xbox.
I think it's like $15-20 right now.
It's a great deal. Get it. Yeah.
Good call.
It's an excellent game.
It'll be one of those next games I get to this spring, hopefully.
I have heard one good reaction to the Tomb Raider movie. Not a full-on review yet, but one surprisingly positive reaction.
Do you know when it's coming out?
I think this month.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it looks awful, but I'm hoping it surprises me.
I told you in like text or something the other day that trailer TV spot is awful.
It's bad.
The I'm a survivor. Done. I'm not gonna give up. Jumps and stuff. Oh my god, I can't take it.
Yeah, it kind of makes me
so bad.
Tighten my my bunghole a bit when I watch it. It's a little cringy.
What did she say at the end? I'll take 2.
Yeah, I'll take 2. It's like Hollywood saw the game and they're like, I know what we need. We need this badass girl to just kick as much ass as possible, and everyone's gonna love it.
You're describing the plot of Atomic Blonde.
It's like basically they took the skin of the game and watched the Angelina Jolie movies and combined them essentially.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think they probably played through one playthrough of the original Tomb Raider, because they at least got her on the island and everything. Yeah. So I'm gonna see it.
Oh, I'm totally seeing it.
Yeah,
I want to see it with you.
Yeah.
I'll even come to your neck of the woods if I need to. I like that theater.
Let's do it.
So
sounds good.
You and Jacob. I'll drive
for
Tomb Raider.
Lara Croft.
Yeah. I think it'd be a fun movie to review on this channel. I mean, it's game related.
Yeah.
What if it's just shit?
It could be.
That'll be fun.
It very well could be.
Sometimes shit movies are fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We're still getting shit
Other
on our
times they're just
Infinity War
miserable.
trailer reaction.
Depending when we do it and what I have going on, I'd like to join.
Okay. Fine.
If I'm invited, you know.
You're always
you're invited,
Jacob.
but if you decline, then I will uninvite you.
No. Is that how that works?
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. It looks awful. What else did I play? Man, it was just, I played a bunch of just random stuff. I forgot to mention this last week. So I bought the BioShock collection that was on Humble Bundle. It was like $15. And I never played through BioShock 2 Minerva's Den, the DLC, the expansion that people have said it's like some of the best DLC of all time. So I started that, and I've played about 2 or 3 hours of it, and it's really good. It's just more BioShock 2, just in a different place, different story going on. I think you're playing as a completely different character as well, but it's fun. It's just BioShock 2, more of it. Which I definitely think is I think it's getting more recognition now. I think people are realizing that it is a really cool game, because I haven't heard, not that I'm like on BioShock forums or anything, but I'll randomly see people saying that BioShock 2 is really good. When it came out, people were crapping on it a little bit, but that is a fantastic game. Man, I really think that's all I played. I played Rainbow Six with Jay, and we won a few games.
Nice.
Lost a few games. Had fun though.
It's a fun game.
It was an awesome game. Man, we met some toxic people, dude.
I bet.
Holy crap. There
Did you
was
get voted out?
No, we did vote out one guy who this little kid just screeching, and I went to chat and I was like, dude, like, you have to shut up, and he team killed me. So we all kicked him. There was one funny match where these two guys had their mics on and they were just whispering the whole time. They're like, we gotta be quiet, and we all like got in prone mode and it stayed in prone the entire match and like snuck through the entire complex
to each other.
And we're just whispering to each other. It was pretty funny. Well, we got our ass kicked that match, but I think we ended up winning the series once we actually started playing serious. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I did this entire week. So pretty lame. Just looking forward to whatever's coming out this month.
I didn't think it was lame.
Some Nina Kunis.
I enjoyed your talk of games.
Oh, thanks, man. Looking forward to that Nina Kune.
I'm looking forward to Far Cry.
Did you see any of the
those.
stuff coming out this
No,
week?
I haven't really watched much of it at all.
It looks cool. It just looks
Like Far Cry.
looks like Far Cry.
Yeah, that's fine with me. That's what I want.
No, that's fine. I know you can have a bear companion named Cheeseburger.
Apparently, he can revive you.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's
It's the
cool.
best name for a bear I've ever heard.
I agree. But man, Ni no Kuni, I'm hyped for that game. I know some stuff came about it last week, but I really didn't look into it. But
You played the first one, right?
No, I did not.
Is there a way to play it?
It's on PS3. So no. That is a little
Is there
odd. They
more
never
about it?
ported it to PS4, especially with the sequel coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is it a direct sequel? Like, I know it has the 2 on it, but is it
I don't know. I know you're not
like one
playing
of
as
those deals where you need to know what happens?
I don't think so. I know you're not playing as the same character, and I know that the main companion from the game, I think his name's Drippy or something. He has the lantern hanging from his big ass nose. I know he's not in it either. So, yeah.
It's a game I need to look more into because I've been intrigued by, the gameplay that I've seen. So.
Yeah, that's the thing is like the gameplay looks awesome. It's real time, whereas I believe the first one kind of wasn't. I'm not sure. But
And it's on Steam and PS4.
Steam
right?
and PS4.
Steam.
Yes, and it's a beautiful game. It's very pretty.
Might be something
You
I
saw
need
it
to pick up.
with your own eyes. Was it as pretty as the videos look?
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful game. 60 frames
that's
too. So that's nice.
On PlayStation?
Mhm.
Whoa.
When I think I played it on PlayStation.
Whoa.
PlayStation.
I'm going to take a gamble and get it on PC and hope it's optimized well.
All right.
So that's just what I'm going to do, Garrett. You don't have to do it.
I'm not going to.
Okay, then.
You gonna get Far Cry?
Wow.
I'm gonna get on an Xbox, you idiot.
Oh.
I'm definitely getting Far Cry for sure.
Cool.
Because I'm a bro.
I've been watching more Dragon Ball Super, which is giving me an itch to go back to get my ass kicked in fighters.
No, really.
Yeah. But I'm still enjoying Super. It's fun.
Nice.
It's a hoot.
They beat that boring looking alien.
Jiren or Jiren. I'm not even close to there yet.
Okay.
I just finished the Goku Black Saga, which was really cool because Trunks finished that fight. He went like super ultra mega mode. Spoiler warning, which come on, it's Dragon Ball. Nobody cares about the story, for the most part at least. But he put a spirit bomb into his sword and made it this giant blue sword and just wrecked Goku Black, like cut him in half.
It's getting ridiculous
So,
what they're doing.
Trunks.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Just gonna put a spirit bomb in my sword.
Like everybody like gave him their energy and he like grew a lightsaber. So it was pretty cool. And I'm like on the filler crap. I just watched a baseball episode where there's this giant baseball match. But yeah, I'm still having fun
backyard
with it.
or something.
No, it was like the two gods of destruction, Chumba and Beerus. It's Chumba is from Universe 6, I believe, and Goku and everybody lives in Universe 7, and they picked people from the universe to have a baseball match against each other.
Sounds great.
Yep. So it was just an episode of baseball. Yamcha was the actual baseball player, so he won the match and everything. I'm just giving out a ton of spoilers. Hopefully
they gotta find
ruin...
some way to make Yamcha important.
Yeah.
You know, win a baseball game.
Exactly. So, but yeah, like I said, it's fun. That's all I did this week. Literally everything. I didn't leave out one detail.
Cool.
Just one more thing I want to shout out. I'm currently watching through The Office.
I gotta pee so
I'm
bad.
currently watching through The Office right now.
Yeah.
Robert California doesn't get enough credit. I think that guy is hilarious.
He's one of the funniest characters in television history to me.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he is an absolutely brilliant character.
Just the way his character's mind thinks in that show, it's so fascinating.
Yeah, one of my favorite episodes when everyone goes over to his house and he gives them the tour and they get drunk on wine or whatever. So funny.
Or the time where his wife comes in the office and he tells Andy, do not give her a job.
Yeah.
Andy gives her a job. Yeah. Because Robert's like being so...
And then he has to figure out how to get her out of it and everything without her knowing.
I told you. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great show.
I just love when he's like, you can't threaten me or whatever. He was like, I'm the fucking Lizard King. He's like, you don't even know my name. Yet, he's like, I'm the fucking Lizard King. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
How many? Is he on 1 season or 2?
I think he's on 1.
Okay.
I can't remember. I haven't seen a consistent amount of episodes from The Office since my initial watch, when I initially watched it, I should say. I mean, I've seen every episode not every episode, but many episodes multiple times, but those specifically I've only seen once. Yeah. But I'll never forget them. So funny. Every now and then I'll go on YouTube and watch highlights from The Office. So
yeah, I've just been in an office mood, so that's what I've been watching lately.
Nice.
What about you? You been watching anything?
No.
Nothing?
What was I watching with Casey the other night? I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, we watched Hot Fuzz again. That movie is brilliant. That's one of my favorite Edgar Wright movies by far. So that was great. I haven't started a new show ever since Altered Carbon. I should probably watch My Hero again.
Yeah, you should get back to it.
So I'll probably do that.
I demand you get back to it.
All right. Maybe
as soon as possible.
Maybe I'll do that tonight. I probably should.
Do it.
I still have 1 episode left. I don't want to watch it.
I don't think it's that good of an episode. It's just like a wrap up. If it's the last one.
I don't want to. I would rather just wait until the 3rd season come out and then I just continue. I like knowing that there's like 1 more of something left. Yeah.
We're getting season 3 of Attack on Titan this year.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. Jacob, did you finish that?
Nope.
It's cool.
Eren Yeager.
Is it on Netflix?
I don't know.
No. I'm not watching it.
Dude.
I'll watch it on Crunchyroll.
You can watch it on Crunchyroll.
I should do that. I'm not going to do anything until I finish the
I canceled my Crunchyroll. Now I am subscribed to VRV.
VRV.
Yeah. Because that's what Dragon Ball Super's on. Actually, no, Dragon Ball Super's on Crunchyroll too, but the English dub was on VRV. But I'm so far past the English dub, it doesn't even matter anymore. So, anyways, you guys ready to...
There was something else. No, it doesn't matter. I could tell you an interesting fact I learned about alcohol this week, but it doesn't matter.
What'd you learn? I want to know.
Okay, it was from Isaac.
He's a beer man.
Zach's sister's husband. We talked a lot at Zach's bachelor party, and he gave me all kinds of facts about beer in general, but specifically about his time in London and Paris. And in London, now I'm sure those of you who reside in London or England for that matter, I know some of you tune into this podcast. This is what he learned from other people from that region while he was there. That most beer in pubs is around the 4% range, alcohol-wise.
Okay.
And that's why apparently British people just can drink all day and it not really affect them a whole lot because it's all just like 4% beers. Yeah, and that's why they'll get a pint. Because I always wondered in movies and TV shows, like, I'll have a pint. It's like 1 in the afternoon. I'm like, a pint of beer? At like 1 in the afternoon, I'm like, these wild men and women. But it's a 4%er, man. It's like drinking water.
I mean, the more you consume something, the more it doesn't affect you.
Right, yeah. And they were talking to Isaac about his alcohol intake. He's like, you know, man, sometimes alcohol in America can range from like 6 to 10%, depending on where you get it and what you get. And they were like, some of them were blown away by that. And, yeah, I thought that was an interesting fact. So he told me all kinds of stuff about London and Paris. I thought that was cool. But that specifically, I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Wow. I want to bring up one little thing that I don't see on here.
Yeah.
That is interesting me a lot.
Okay.
Have you heard about this Prey hint of DLC?
Prey?
Prey.
From Arcane Studios?
Yes.
No.
So they tweeted a picture or a GIF of the camera panning to the moon, and they said something along the lines of, I wonder what's out there.
Think you're going to the moon in DLC?
I hope so, because like I told you, I played the Prey demo on PC, and it was just such a better gameplay experience just because you could actually aim and shoot. The aiming is just not good on a console. It's very hard. And I love that world. And yeah, I want a reason to go back to that game again on, like PC. So
cool.
I'm definitely hyped for that. We're probably going to, I wonder if it's like a a teaser for their E3, because I know Bethesda announced that they were.
Oh, that'll definitely be there, I bet.
Yeah.
That's like Bethesda's thing now, is DLC and remasters. Seems like the past couple of years at E3.
That image also has a little tease of a new IP, it looks like. There's like a little shining, like, there's like all their characters on the front of the poster, and there's like a little shining light. I wonder if that's like a new IP teasing or something.
I don't know.
Like a door opening.
I don't know.
I take back what I said. They showed off Evil Within 2 and Wolfenstein 2 last year, even though we knew those were coming already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what DLC did they show?
I can't remember.
Death of the Outsider, I think. Which that's not
and
even,
obviously they
like
showed
standalone.
Skyrim coming to Switch.
Yeah. What's Skyrim coming to this year?
Yeah, I was going to guess.
Mobile
probably. Yes, that's the final frontier for Skyrim.
Apple Watch.
Yeah. I'm convinced they're going to announce Doom, the sequel to Doom. It'll be like, even if it's a brief teaser, we'll get some Mick Gordon heavy metal in there.
I would love that. Is this a topic us talking about Bethesda?
No, I left out a handful of things. Like do you want
to just make it a topic then, just because we're already talking about it?
Yeah, might as well.
All right, well, I'm going to get into the podcast.
Let's jump into it real quick.
This is the It's Obvious Gaming podcast, the show where my two best friends and I get together every single week to discuss video games. Obviously, you can find all of our content, including the video version of this podcast, over at youtube.com/ItsObviousGaming. Please check the description down below for timestamps to skip throughout the podcast, links to our social media pages, our Discord channel, PlayStation Club, or not PlayStation, that's Xbox, PlayStation Community, and pretty much anything else you would ever need to get in contact with us. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel down below and please subscribe to the channel and like and comment down below to get involved with the It's Obvious community. Doing so helps us out tremendously, and we'd forever be in your debt. With all that out of the way, hey man, what's the news? Oh, I forgot. Gosh, dude, I completely butchered that. Please check us out at Apple Podcasts as well, Spotify, Audio Boom, and other podcasting services, but especially Apple Podcasts. Please subscribe to us there and leave us a review. We would very much appreciate that. Now, with all that out of the way, hey man, what's the news?
Jacob, last night, Casey and I were talking about how you could probably be a Chippendale stripper if you wanted to. Because last night I was trying on my bow tie without a shirt on as a joke, and we were laughing about it. We're like, Jacob could actually probably wear this and look like a real Chippendales model.
What is Chippendales?
It's those like strippers that wear like nothing but a bow tie.
It's Chippendales. I just think it's a place.
Yeah, whatever those strippers are called at Chippendales.
Okay.
I don't go there every weekend.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Dude, you would never be as hot as Chris Farley, so just don't even try.
Oh, I know.
Just wear the cufflinks and the bow tie.
Thanks for the...
Have you ever seen the Chris
suggestion.
Farley Chippendales dance?
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, when he's wearing the... Is he wearing a bow tie, or he's wearing like a...
He's wearing
something.
Yeah. It's him and like, what, Patrick Swayze, I think? Yeah, them dancing.
Isn't it where he's like doing this whole thing?
He's doing something. I don't know. He's doing something.
He's using that belly.
Body.
I know that for sure.
Yeah.
I miss
like,
that man.
Very exaggerated, like,
Imagine how many comedies we could have had with him by now. Countless.
Let's be honest. They probably would have
not been very good.
Just being awful.
And we saw what the Vacation remake was like, and that was a disaster. That's one of many terrible comedies. Remember, you and I went and saw the Vacation reboot with Ed Helms, and
yeah, that was awful.
That was terrible.
Yeah. What's that have to do with Chris Farley?
I'm just saying there's so many bad comedies nowadays.
I think it would end up turning into something like Adam Sandler, where just a lot of hit and misses. Mm-hmm. Man, I watched that new movie he put out on Netflix.
Which one?
The one where he's the talent scout or whatever.
I haven't seen that one. Oh
my gosh. It's awful. It is horrible. Like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't take it. So there's so many cringe moments in that movie.
Is it as bad as Jack and Jill?
I'm going to say something controversial, but I think it is.
Wow.
I think it is. At least I could watch the entirety of Jack and Jill and just be like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. But this movie, I don't even remember the name. It's just, there's so many cringe moments where this lady he's represented is singing, and it just hit me the wrong way, and I just couldn't take it, so I had to turn it off. It's awful.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's fine.
Anyway, you want to talk about Bethesda?
Yeah, let's talk about
E3.
Bethesda. Yeah, I'm very, very excited for Bethesda this year, because besides Doom and this Hint of Prey DLC, I have no clue what they're going to show.
Right.
Which has me so excited.
I'm hoping we get the new Elder Scrolls teased.
I don't think we are. I think we're going... I know some rumors have been saying that they have been wanting to work on something new, and that they've been working on something new.
I mean, that's probably what it will be.
And other rumors are talking about this sci-fi game that's, I forgot what people are calling it, like Starfield or something like that. But if I had to put money on Bethesda's next project, I would think it's that. But I mean, if I could pick, yeah, I want another Elder Scrolls, like big time. But yeah, I think I have a feeling it's going to be the sci-fi thing they're working on. But so that, I don't know. I still think it might be too early though. I don't know.
It could be, yeah.
Because if Bethesda is following what they normally do, or what they did with Fallout 4,
and that's the thing too. Yeah, they might just do that again.
Release. Yeah, which I want that. I don't want to be, you know, I want all games to do that. But I know you can't do that. But I know Bethesda can do that. Well, I don't know. Maybe Bethesda can't do that with a new IP. Maybe they have to be early.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Fallout and an Elder Scrolls, you could announce a week before release and you're going to be fine. But, you know, new IP. Oh, maybe this will be a good year to announce it.
We will.
I'm going to say that. I'm going to say they're announcing a new IP this year. Bethesda Game Studios.
Makes sense.
Yep. Doom 2.
Yeah, Doom 2 for sure. Whatever they call it.
Yeah. Pre-DLC.
I'm surprised if they do another... I don't think they're going to do anything else for Wolfenstein. I don't know what they can do.
I mean, they're already coming out with the DLC. The DLC's been...
Yeah,
well, at least the
that.
Silent... Dead, what's her name? Lady Silent or something?
Yeah, that's chapter 2 out of the 3, and the third one comes out in another few weeks, I think, maybe the end of this month.
Okay. I forgot I have the Season's Pass for that, so I need to play that.
Yeah, they're fine. It's nothing spectacular by any means.
It's more Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
That should be the game I play when I'm like, what do I want to play? I just want to shoot stuff. Sure, I'll play Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Instead of Destiny 2.
You still doing that?
No.
Okay. I read that Activision confirmed that obviously there'll be more Call of Duty DLC this year, but they've confirmed that there will be another Destiny 2 expansion.
It's already been confirmed. There's a season pass.
Is there? Okay. Oh yeah, I figured just because I know they've delayed. I assume they've delayed their next expansion just because of all the crap they've been trying to fix. I think by now we would have heard something.
I think the original plan was to come out in like March or April, but it's pushed back to May so they can, you know, update the game with to make people happy, I guess.
Yeah, whoever's left at this point.
Are you gonna play it?
Yeah, I'll play it. I've already paid for it, so
okay,
might as well.
I hear you.
Hopefully by that point, by May, you know, they've made some good changes. I would hope. I'm not really paying attention at this point.
I hear. Garrett, how would you feel about? And I know a lot of people are begging for this, but I want to know your thoughts. How would you feel about an Obsidian entry in the Fallout again?
I'm totally open to that.
No, I am too.
Yeah, I would actually love that.
I would too. Because going back to play Vegas, there are a lot more just mechanics to New Vegas than there were to 3 and 4. And I think because Obsidian, typically they make these classic RPGs with like Pillars of Eternity, and I believe they did like Tyranny. So I think I would like another entry in the series that it may be a little bit more hardcore.
I wonder if their studio's big enough to work on it, because the last I read, you know, obviously in Jason Schreier's book, they were just beginning to work on the sequel to Pillars of Eternity. So I don't know if their studio's big enough to like, oh, let's do another Fallout, or if Bethesda would license it to someone else to do it, or what.
I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen, but I would like it to happen.
I would really like that.
Because I feel like something would have leaked with something as big as Fallout in terms of casting and stuff, like or scouting.
It's always the LinkedIn pages that give it away.
Yeah, and there's been nothing about anything Fallout related.
Right.
So
I'm surprised that isn't in NDAs that people say or people sign for, like, you can't even put this on LinkedIn, because that always seems nowadays that's like the biggest giveaways when people put stuff on LinkedIn.
And then again, I don't know if Bethesda would want to put out a game as big as Fallout this holiday season, because they'd be going up against Red Dead.
They would. I would say
those would be two.
Everyone needs to just scatter to the wilderness when Red Dead comes out.
Could you imagine a month where Fallout and Red Dead comes out? That would be just the biggest slugfest of all time that I think Rockstar might walk away with.
Oh, they definitely would. Yeah. Undoubtedly, they would.
Man, I mean, those are two huge juggernauts.
Yeah.
But
I'm so excited for Red Dead.
Yeah.
It's a shame we probably won't see it at E3. I doubt it.
I'm fine. I know it's going to be great. They're going to do their own thing, and
I just hope we get some more of those demo videos, like leading up to release.
I'm sure we will. I don't know, that has me thinking about, because I keep forgetting Red Dead's coming out, and I know we'll talk about the Detroit Become Human release date later on, but I think that gives more kind of insight to Spider-Man. Do you think Spider-Man or Days Gone is coming out next? I think it has to be Spider-Man.
It'll be Spider-Man.
Because Days Gone, I haven't heard anything about it. They didn't. It wasn't in their 2018 promo. They've said nothing about the release date, so it's got to be Spider-Man next.
Yeah.
Where are they going to put Spider-Man? Are they going to want to stay clear of
Red Dead
as well?
Red Dead's October, right? Mm-hmm. What day is it again? October 25th or something? Or 30th? Isn't it like the end of the month? I can't remember.
I'll look it up.
So I don't know if Sony would want to put out Spider-Man in the middle of the summer, if they'd want to wait till closer to fall. Like I could see anywhere between like August and September for sure. I would love a summer release. That'd be awesome, but
October 26th.
Okay.
I would love August or September. I think that would fit the game perfect. There's still that Infinity War will still be out in theaters, so you can kind of feed off of that a little bit. People will be really pumped for that. I think that's an adequate. September would be a decent length of time between the announcement, which would probably be at E3 for the release date, to release.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that would, if I were to put all my chips down, I'd say September. And that gives you a month of space between Red Dead as well.
Yeah, I think we're guaranteed one last final glorious demo of Spider-Man and then the release date, and everyone goes wild.
I'm going to go wild.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
Collector's edition revealed.
Oh, yeah. That's the one collector's edition I will be purchasing for sure.
If there's, I really don't want them to come out with a PS4 Pro version or PlayStation Slim version of Spider-Man, because I'll have to buy it. And I just don't want to buy another one. So
I just want a statue of that Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think we will get that, definitely. I can already imagine the pose, too. It's going to be on like a little broken down brick wall of a building or something. Or maybe he won't. Maybe he'll just be standing there looking cool.
That'd be cool. Whatever it is, I'm going to buy it.
Oh, yeah. You and me both. I'm going to do Best Buy, of course, because they're always consistent. And I've always picked up my orders day of. And it's been great. So I trust Best Buy wholeheartedly.
Yeah. But I agree. Anyways, I am looking forward to Bethesda's.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad they're doing one this year, because a lot of people were speculating if they even would, because like I said, we don't know what they would even show. So
yeah, I know they released that image of like the little cartoon characters. I haven't analyzed it myself, just heard about it. I wonder what the theme will be, because last year was like a theme park, like a carnival.
Yeah, I'm
wondering what it'll be like this year. That's exciting to speculate as well.
It is.
Anyway, Jacob, what can you tell us about, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it, is it Brigitte from Overwatch?
Something like that. It's like Brigitte.
Yeah, like that's
that
almost offends me. It's like it's Brigitte.
I think it's like Swedish or something, or German.
Yeah, Brigitte or something like that.
Yeah. Well, she is Torbjorn's daughter.
Yeah, so. I get that. Have you played? I get that. Yeah. Have you played it on PTR yet?
I have. I tried her out in the practice range.
What'd you think?
Do we know who Torbjorn's lady friend is, or wife that had the baby?
He has a wife. I don't know what her name is. She might have a name in a comic somewhere. I don't know.
Brigitte.
She has to be tall.
Yeah, I think she's normal height, and we'll just call her Brigitte, or as she's, I guess, normal height, or I feel like she's a mix between Torbjorn and his wife. She's like, in that sweet middle range. But she's an interesting character. She's classified as a support. She has a shield like Reinhardt, but it's much smaller. It just covers her body. But that doesn't mean like someone couldn't stand behind her and, be safe from shots and whatnot. She has a shield bash. So if you're close to her, she can shield bash you, stun you. It could interrupt like a charge of a Reinhardt or anything like that. She has this mace as her weapon.
Isn't it like a chain mace or something?
Kind of, yeah. It's like Reinhardt, where she doesn't have a melee, but she has, the melee attack as her weapon, So if she hits, it can cleave too. Like if you stand, like there's an enemy here and here, like kind of next to each other, you can cleave and hit both of them, which is pretty cool. She has this, her shift ability is, I'm actually acting like I'm pressing shift on the keyboard. It's kind of like a little long shot with her mace. It like chains out and hits someone far away. And what's cool about that is that like if a Winston's jumping or leaping in the air towards you, you can hit that shift and knock him down and stops him in this place and he drops.
That's nice.
Yeah. And you can do that to a Reinhardt charge. You can do it to anything just coming near you.
Very cool. That's very supportive.
Yeah. Yeah, as a support character.
Now, what's her other ability? Is it just the shield? Is that like
her E ability is like she shoots it's kind of like a throwing up a health pack at someone.
Okay.
I think it heals like 100.
It's kind of like how her father throws that shield. She can throw out health.
Her father throws the shield.
That's what I was saying.
Oh yeah, Torbjorn. Yeah. Well, it's like it locks on, like it's instant.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, I'm throwing a health pack, it's gonna float over.
Nice.
But other than that, I think that's all her abilities. Her ultimate is, it's like she gets this little, it's like a rally cry. It's like a flag that comes up out of her back or something. And I think it heals your team or something. I haven't tried out the ultimate, so I don't exactly remember. But it's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Very unique character. I don't know how she's gonna fit into the meta of Overwatch, but we'll see.
So when she comes to the actual game, does she immediately go into Overwatch League as well, or do they hold that off?
No.
Okay.
It'll be the next stage. We're currently in stage 2. Like any changes they make to the game right now, they wait till the stage of matches is done.
Cool.
So it wouldn't be. So it's not like teams are. It's like, oh, a new update's live. We have one night to learn.
Right. Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. What?
It is kind of frustrating though. Like you're playing Overwatch and it's different from what the Overwatch League is playing. It's kind of weird. So you're like, oh, I want to see the new character, but she's not necessarily going to be in the league until the next season or the next stage.
How many matches have you played as her?
0.
So
Yeah.
I thought you said you played her a little bit.
In the practice range.
Oh, okay.
I just fooled around with her. I don't want to jump into a game on the PTR and one person insta locks her and I have to play another character.
Yeah, that'd be boring.
So, yeah, she's fun to fool around with. She doesn't have any skins or emotes or anything yet, so I'm looking forward to see what those turn out to be.
Nice. Well, thanks for sharing, Jacob.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Brigitte. I think it's Brigitte. Someone said Brigitte.
Correct us in the comments.
Is it Brigitte or
I think
Brigitte?
it's like Brigitte.
Or neither?
It is Brigitte.
Brigitte?
Yeah.
I hear so many different people saying different things. I have no idea. It's this huge debate on how to pronounce the young lady's name. We will get to the bottom of it, though.
For sure.
Little Nightmares is supposedly coming to Switch.
Exciting.
This comes courtesy of Mario Brash.
It's a good place for it.
Yeah, from COD Connect is a brilliant place for it. According to a bit of leaked info, the puzzle platformer with an infusion of horror elements, Little Nightmares, is getting a port for the Nintendo Switch. This news comes directly from the CV of a dev claiming to work on the project. The CV belongs to a staff member over at Engine Software. Their development portfolio includes ports of The Escapist 2, Blossom Tales, and Monopoly for the Nintendo Switch. Such a list of works brings credence to the leak, but it's clear just from viewing the employee's LinkedIn page, like always, that it could be the case. So LinkedIn does it again, always leaks all the answers for us. And Little Nightmares, if you haven't played it, is an excellent little horror platformer like you described. So.
Everyone's so thirsty to put what they worked on their LinkedIn.
They are, man. Yeah, I get that. I never put anything on my LinkedIn until I've been doing a job or a project for over at least a few months before it's like, actually, like I'm officially doing this, because you never know what could happen.
Can't do that with a game.
No, absolutely not. But Little Nightmares, I loved. There's actually a full walkthrough on our YouTube channel if you're even moderately interested in hearing my thoughts. I think I was the only one who did that walkthrough series, like a solo walkthrough. But yeah, I talk a lot about it as I'm playing through it, and it's some spooky moments in there too. But really, really fun and awesome ending as well. The story's cool. Highly suggested, and if you haven't played it, definitely wait for the Switch version because it will obviously run well. Everything else runs well on Switch, so you would be in good hands.
Some stuff has some hiccups. But,
I mean, all the big ones that matter, like Zelda and Mario, if they can run well, Little Nightmares. And it's a little game, too, so it should run really well.
It's also Nintendo. They're masters of their own craft.
Yeah, we'll see if Engine Software can pull off this project as well.
I've almost bought it a few times, but it's never cheap enough. So
I feel you.
The cheapest I found it is $10, which is fine because I know it's a great game, but man, the second it hits like $5.
That's really why I haven't bought Nier Automata yet, because I'm waiting for it to be under $30. Every time I look, it's like $30. I'm like, I know I trust everyone saying it's a great game, but I'd rather wait till it's under 30, which it will be eventually, and I'll play it.
It's fine.
So I'm just a bastard like that.
It's a great game.
It's fine. I wish I didn't have to play it through so many times.
I would be the guy. Honestly, I'd be the guy who plays through it once and watches the rest on YouTube.
You can't just play. Oh yeah, if you.
It's not. I think that's not really right, though.
I know it's not. I know you have to play to get the full experience, and the music's there.
That's
and it's
the thing,
great.
though. You're not playing. It's not like you're playing the game over and over again.
I know. There's different things that happen.
The second playthrough
connects all the pieces and tells the full story.
The second
right?
playthrough has some overlap, I don't say it's dry, but
I would
there's
say
some
the second
overlap.
playthrough's a dry.
There's different things you do. I disagree. There's different things you do. You're playing as a different character. The combat style is different, but the third playthrough is completely different. It's a continuation. So I think just saying repeated playthroughs isn't necessarily true. There, you just see the credits a lot for some reason.
How long does it take you to typically?
If you
complete a
rushed
playthrough?
through it, if you just did the main narrative, I'd say less than 20 hours. I
For
don't
the full game or just a playthrough?
everything.
Okay,
Everything. I don't think it's that long.
maybe I'll play the whole thing then.
Yeah.
If
The
time,
third playthrough is really good.
if time is available.
Like I'm saying, just don't worry about the side quest. Put it on easy. Just play it, have fun, do the story. It's not that long.
Except for that stupid sand snake. My God.
Yeah.
Sucks.
That's like the cheapest boss of all time.
I'm not going to play it anymore. Thanks, guys. We finally got the official gameplay trailer for Hogwarts Mystery. How exciting is this? This comes from GameSpot. Didn't say who, it just said GameSpot News. It says Warner Bros. And developer Jam City have released new details for the mobile game Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery, along with a gameplay trailer. It's due out later this year for iOS and Android devices. It will be distributed by Portkey Games, a new WB label devoted to J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World.
Wow.
Wizarding World. Portkey Games. It's a Portkey. What do you think of the gameplay trailer?
Maybe we could have
I
our
don't
phone
want-
be a port key to an actual good Harry
Right.
Potter game.
It's funny, this trailer is precisely what I want to do in a full-on, well-developed, deep Harry Potter role-playing game, but just dumbed down to do mobile.
We're gonna get one.
I think if this game
I
is
have a feeling
incredibly
we're gonna get
successful, we will get the version we've been waiting our whole lives for.
What if all this
the game
time,
we want is so it makes so much sense. I refuse to believe it won't happen.
Yeah.
what if after all this time Rocksteady has been working on a Harry Potter game?
You talk about
You think about that, that's
Poop in
not a
my
bad
pants.
idea, dude, because think about this. I mean, because
What if it's
WB, they're in
happening?
bed with WB. Does WB own Rocksteady? Or they just
I'm not exactly
license
sure.
their games to
I don't know.
Rocksteady?
It's a good question.
At least Batman. Dude, that would be wild. Now, can Rocksteady develop like a really awesome Harry Potter RPG?
I think Rocksteady can do whatever the hell they want to do, and it'll be cool.
Man, that would be incredible.
It's gonna be Arkham style combat.
Right, exactly. With your wand,
Yeah.
countering spells and everything.
Yeah.
There won't be any people there because it'll be Christmas, so the
That's
streets
like-
will be empty.
That's like
Exactly.
so weird that I would just freak out over that. Like Rocksteady making it. That's just crazy to say that. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's talk about Hogwarts Mystery in particular. Did you guys actually see the trailer?
No.
No? Did you watch it, Jacob?
No.
Okay, it's exactly what we were saying.
I'm
like,
so just like, I don't care.
I care because
I mean, I'm gonna download it,
yeah.
but I don't care now.
I mean, I'm excited about the idea. I mean, obviously, I'm not getting my hopes up too high because I want what we've actually always been talking about. But it is cool for a mobile game. It shows a girl sitting on a bench and an owl flies up and gives her letter to Hogwarts. You go to Hogwarts. It's the Sorting Hat. You actually pick your house, which I thought was interesting. I want the deep version where you make decisions leading up to the house and it actually chooses for you.
That's just like a more complex version of picking your house, though.
That's what I mean. It's about like, I don't want it to be as obvious as most people would expect it to be. I want it to be very gray area for a lot of things leading up to that.
I feel like I would try and be in like Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff.
Same with me.
Just because everybody else on planet Earth is going to be Gryffindor or Slytherin.
Right. Plus, because you get the least amount of information about Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw anyway in the books, so I want to explore those for sure.
Yeah.
Even though part of me is going to really, really, really want to be part of Gryffindor. But it also shows you going to multiple classes and leveling up, learning new spells. Kind of like in the first Harry Potter game where you have to get to class on time and stuff. But you go to class, you learn spells, you can duel, you can go on little dungeon quests and stuff, kind of like in the other video games. But yeah, it's cool. It never shows her walking around. I don't think you can actually like walk around different parts of Hogwarts. But it just shows her jumping from class to class. And all the classic professors are there. It's like Hagrid and Snape and McGonagall and Dumbledore's there and everything. And people are speculating. They think it takes place roughly around the same time Harry Potter's at school. And I think that'd be kind of cool, which I thought I was open to. Now, if we had a deep Harry Potter RPG, I'd want it to take place long before Harry Potter was ever there. But for this, I think it'd be interesting to, like, people are speculating if Harry Potter's there and all the events that take place in the books and the movies happen, but just from your perspective and how you kind of visualize what's going on. I think it'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I'm excited to try it just because I love Harry Potter, and this is an idea we've always kind of imagined, just a very small version of it. So yeah, I'm excited, genuinely. I mean, it doesn't look like the coolest thing ever, but the fact that it's Harry Potter, man, I'm pumped. And I want it to be hugely successful, so WB, I guess, license out Harry Potter video game rights. I hope they're like, well, we should probably expand on this.
Yeah. Now, you reminded me of something that I wanted to say earlier. So this is completely off topic, but I just wanted to tell you about it really quick. It has to do with Kingdom Come, but okay. You talking about attending classes or something sparked my memory of this. Mm-hmm. Have you been to the monastery yet in Kingdom Come?
I have not touched it since. I can't even tell you the last time I played.
So there's a giant cathedral that's being built, and it's like Saswa, I think that's the name of the city or whatever. But there's a lot of missions that require you going to it and like helping people that are sick from the Skalitz like massacre and everything. But anyways, there's a mission where you actually have to enter the monastery and you have to become a monk to get in there to complete this objective. And you actually have to be a monk. Like, you have to follow a schedule. You have to pray at this certain type of day for like 2 or 3 in-game hours.
Wow.
You have to go eat. You have to go make potions or something for the sick. You have to go transcribe books and stuff. And like, if you don't follow these rules, you will get in trouble and stuff. So you I think theoretically, if you just decided to ignore the objective, you could play as a monk just forever. You just role play as a monk.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Just thing, because they're just trying to be so realistic that you have to role play as a monk for like until you complete this objective and stuff. Which is kind of, on the other hand, it's cool that it's so real, but on the other hand, it is a little annoying because you have to. It's like, I want to go do this objective, but I have to do my task first, or else I'll get in trouble. So it's just that like, it's really cool. It's realistic, but on the other hand, I kind of want to complete this objective and continue onward. But
interesting.
Yeah, it is cool. I don't know. For some reason, you saying, I know I wanted to tell you about that because I thought it was cool, but you talking about attending classes and stuff sparked my memory of that.
Nice.
So
that's rad.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
I don't think you can play Quidditch in Hogwarts Mystery, unfortunately. I would expect nothing less in the full-on game, though. I'm like already talking about it like as if it's going to exist.
It'll happen.
But I just hope that when it does happen, I hope that it isn't bad. I hope it's everything we've ever wanted it to be. I feel like it can't be that difficult because it isn't like Hogwarts is the size of like the Witcher map or anything. So, yeah, keeping our fingers crossed as usual.
Yes.
So it's looking more and more like Battlefield 5 is the title of the next Battlefield, and it may in fact actually be World War II like it's been speculated to be.
And it'll be called Battlefield 5.
Yes. And apparently, according to this article, which I'll just read it, but originally they were going to call it Battlefield 2, and then they changed it to 5 with the Roman numeral 5. And it looked like it was a fan logo, but maybe it was real. It was very blurry, and like I didn't pay attention to it too much. But if it's a real logo, it looked pretty cool. Anyway, this comes from Eddie Macick, the man of GameSpot. He says, quote, earlier this year, Electronic Arts announced that a new Battlefield game is coming this fall, but at the time, the company shared no details about it. Now, GamesBeat is reporting that the title is called Battlefield 5, and it will be set during World War II, just like Call of Duty World War II. The report credits this information to sources familiar with EA's plans. That's in quotations, familiar with EA's plans. The game is coming from Battlefield series developer DICE, which is based in Sweden. According to the report, Battlefield 5 was at one time known internally at EA as Battlefield 2, before changing names. Importantly, the game is not a remaster of 2005's Battlefield 2, but instead an all-new game set during World War II. EA will announce it soon, according to the report, which makes sense given that this title will be playable at EA Play in June. Tyler Beck from the community writes in and says, question for you, bro beans. Are you a fan of Battlefield? And if so, how do you feel about the next Battlefield going to World War II? Me personally, I think it will be amazing as I am a big fan of Battlefield 1. Tyler, I will begin by saying I am a longtime Battlefield fan. Now, I've not played every single one. I played Battlefield 1942 and 2180, whatever that futuristic one was on PC back in the day, very briefly. I just dabbled in them, but I played a crap ton of Bad Company 1 and 2. Battlefield 3 and 4 played a lot of, and most recently, obviously, Battlefield 1. Had a lot of fun with that. Me and Jacob actually did several videos on our YouTube channel. I don't know how often you make it to our YouTube channel, but we actually have a playlist for Battlefield 1 where we shot all kinds of Battlefield videos. Had a lot of fun with that game. I actually still want to pick it up on PC and play it on there, because it was exceptional on PS4, even ran at 60 frames, which I thought was very impressive. And that game ran and looked incredibly well. And I want to try it on PC, but World War II I think just makes the most sense. Like we were talking about, I think it's so easy to reskin Battlefield 1 and just make it World War II. And I think it'll still be just as awesome as Battlefield 1, because I think Battlefield 1 is awesome, and I think translating to World War II is just the easiest thing to do. In my mind, at least. I'm not a game developer, but that makes sense, and I think that will be the case, and I am pumped to see that in action and play it. Hopefully I can play it. I really want to. Yeah. So how do you guys feel about World War II? Battlefield going back to World War II specifically, especially after coming off of Call of Duty World War II? I
want it. I want it.
As do I.
So I'm excited.
Imagine if, because that's the thing, I played the war mode of the semi-D-Day-esque map in Call of Duty, and I had a lot of fun with it. Granted, I only played one match on offense and defense, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. This is always what I've imagined like a multiplayer D-Day mission being like. But after you play it a few times, according to buddies I was playing with, they said it's not that special. So imagine if we got a D-Day multiplayer version of like rush mode, for example, in Battlefield. It's essentially like you charge the objective someone's defending. Imagine that D-Day World War II, but it's rush mode, Battlefield style. It's so awesome.
That'd be cool.
I hope that's the case. So
I've never been a huge Battlefield guy. I've always enjoyed it for just how nice it looks and how it plays, but it's never had that thing to grip me and keep me playing it. But I am excited to try it on PC. So I've always played it on console.
Platinum Battlefield 1?
I did, yeah. I enjoyed the vignette style they did for the story last time around. So who knows if they do something like that again?
I think so. I think they will. And think about how they can capitalize off of Battlefield 1 is that, Call of Duty World War II, judge it how you will, I thought it was just okay. But they were tied down to that one squad in the European theater. Both in vignettes, man, they can do everything like they did World War I. You can do the European theater, you can do the Japanese theater, you can do stuff that happened in Russia as well, and you can go all over the place. So I think it'd be great. Like I think a Pearl Harbor mission would be awesome, kind of like in Medal of Honor Rising Sun. I think Battlefield could do amazing things with that.
Yeah. Even if they did just stick to one theater, the DLC for like the Pacific Theater would be really cool.
Yeah, totally.
A ton of multiplayer maps.
Yeah, I could see. They could do so much with it, dude. Like a map on Guatemala and the jungles of Guatemala. Maybe on Iwo Jima. Another rush mode could be doing Iwo Jima. That'd be really cool. They could do so many cool things with that.
I think it'll be cool.
Yeah, I have high hopes for this Battlefield.
Yeah.
So
I really didn't get too much into Battlefield 1. I'm not exactly sure why it didn't grip me too much, but I definitely can see myself getting more into this one.
Mm-hmm. Especially on that PC, man.
Did you hear about the microtransactions?
In Battlefield?
Yeah.
I heard rumblings, but I never pay attention to anything microtransactions.
Granted, this is just headline. I read the headline, but apparently based on, I think, what PC Gamer reported, that it will have microtransactions, but they will be purely cosmetic.
Okay.
So...
yeah, I'm sure after the whole Battlefront thing, they're like, we can never make that mistake again.
Gotta make sure people know.
Yeah. So it doesn't surprise me. There was microtransactions in Battlefield 1, wasn't there? You could buy those packs, those boxes or whatever.
I hardly played any. I have no clue.
I'm pretty sure there was.
I never feel like Battlefield has had good cosmetics or like packs,
I could care. As long as the game's fun to play, I'm so over the cosmetic thing. That
I don't care about that. I've never really been a big fan of Battlefield's progression system either. I think it's just really just
I never know what's going on.
Yeah, it's so
for me, Battlefield's just the experiences in game, kind of like Halo in that sense. I mean, to an extent, back in the day, I cared about competitive Halo, but I stopped caring after a while and just played it for the experiences because you never know, especially in big team battle, you just never know what's going to happen. Same thing for Battlefield, just crazy stuff can happen, and you have a lot of stories to tell.
I just miss the old days of like early Black Ops. Modern Warfare 2, just that type of progression system where it's just to the point, you level up, you get guns and things, and it's just as simple as that.
Yeah. You heard the rumor, which isn't a surprise either, about the Modern Warfare 2 remaster. Did you hear that rumor?
No.
I can't remember who it was from, but it was from a credible source. I can't remember what it was, but...
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Me neither. Yeah, I mean...
I did hear with Treyarch's game some rumblings of a Black Ops remaster. Black Ops 4.
The first one? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. Because Treyarch's next, correct?
Yeah.
And the most recent rumor is...
Black Ops 4.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That would make sense, too. I don't know if I'd be interested in playing a remastered Black Ops 1. I mean, I love that game, but I don't know if I'd want to play it. It wouldn't have the same impact nearly as much as original Modern Warfare did for me. Yeah. Modern Warfare 2, on the other hand, when Infinity War rolls back around, definitely. So Infinity War is after this year, correct? Because we just got Sledgehammer.
Yes.
Cool.
Correct.
Nice. Well, yeah, I'm very excited for the reveal of this next Battlefield game.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to assume at this point it's World War II.
Yeah.
So cool, man. The Witcher series for Netflix has its first draft submitted. The script, it's 78 pages apparently now. I had a whole paragraph right now, but it wasn't really that necessary. No, it's just like, oh, this is the writer, and they submitted it. Now they're waiting for revisions or whatever. So it's cool to know that they are progressing with the show.
Is this animated?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be live action.
Okay.
Which I really hope it has the proper budget to it look as close as you can to the production quality of Game of Thrones. I think Netflix should definitely cash in all their chips on not all of their chips, but they should definitely give it all they've got. I think because there's some shows on Netflix that are visually, I would say, don't look nearly as good as others. Altered Carbon looked spectacular. I thought it looked very good. So I hope visually it looks at least that decent. But it's just a matter of who's going to be cast as Geralt. Yeah. Because Geralt will be the main protagonist. So
I did see that Ciri, Triss, they were confirmed.
Are they?
On the show as well.
Okay,
yeah.
That's interesting. Nice. I wonder if this will take place in a certain aspect of the books or the games or just new story entirely.
I would assume it would be new story because I know the novels are just
short stories.
Just short stories, yeah. Just
I want to pick those up. I think I'd have a
lot
lot of fun. Maybe like digitally, I could download them and just. I think it's fun to read. Sure. Like I read a short Witcher story today, Killing Time, because I hear they're really good. So that's exciting to hear that because I remember they announced it and it kind of like dwindled for a bit. Now to hear that they've actually submitted a first draft of a script is exciting. So
that's cool.
It is indeed coming. That's very thrilling. Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden is way too long of a title, but have you seen the trailer for it?
I've never heard of it.
It's called Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden. So I will read about it and then I'll kind of describe it depending
on... Is this that
sounds like a weird
first-person shooter thing you were telling me about?
I don't think so, because I haven't mentioned it before today.
Gotcha.
So the trailer released, and this news comes from Matt Burtz of Game Informer. He says, Funcom and the Bearded Ladies. Again, that is Funcom and the Bearded Ladies. In parentheses, it says a collaboration between former Hitman and Payday developers have teamed up to deliver this off-kilter tactical adventure featuring XCOM-style gameplay, exploration, and a story that takes place after the fall of mankind. The various groups of mutants vying for control given the vacuum created for... or by the eradication of humankind, your band of misfit mascots must navigate the dangerous terrain via a real-world stealth system and try to uncover the location of Eden. The stealth system allows you to avoid detection altogether to slip past formidable foes if you'd rather save your ammo for a later fight. The, quote, abandoned cities, crumbling highways, and overgrown countryside offer a lot of terrains to explore. In between missions, you can return to the Ark, a retro-futuristic hub where you can recruit new team members and upgrade your weaponry. End quote. So that doesn't describe what the trailer shows very much, but it shows a anthropomorphic duck, like a duck with legs walking around. Kind of looks like, what's his name from Marvel? I can't remember his name.
Duckman.
Duckman. He's in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, a little cameo. Can't remember. Anyway,
he looks like a duck?
It's a duck who talks and walks around. He wears a suit.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I can't remember his name, but he kind of looks like that. There's a
Howard the Duck?
Howard the Duck, that's the one. There's I can't even remember what the other two characters look like. There's like a stone woman made of stone, and there's like another guy, it's like a bear man or something. I can't remember. I already forgot, but it looks very dystopian and futuristic and kind of Fallout-esque. They go through an abandoned house and everything, get attacked by robots at the end.
That's futuristic, but it looks like Fallout.
Fallout's based in the future.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know?
What Fallout is like way
It's like year 2200 or something or whatever.
I just didn't really think about it.
Yeah, it's after nuclear war.
I mean, I knew it was after a nuclear war.
When did you think it took place, just out of curiosity?
I just didn't really associate a time with it. It's just Fallout.
Okay. It's just Fallout.
A nuke happened, you know?
But, it sounds very inspired by XCOM in the sense that, they said XCOM, they even say XCOM style gameplay, but you can sneak past enemies like you can also do in XCOM. You can explore these areas, and you can go back to your Ark, which is exactly like XCOM, where you outfit your squad and you can rearrange soldiers and upgrade them and change their weapons and whatnot. So it sounds very XCOM inspired with just mutant-like characters. But I think the title is just so ridiculous. It's called Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden.
I hate the title, by the way.
Yeah, it's like it just reminds me of one of those like AA games that just has one. It just a title that's so forgettable. One, because it's too long, and two, it just sounds like a million other things that have come out.
Yeah, I should know this being as big a Fallout fan as me, but the nuclear war took place in 2077 is when the war started, and Fallout 4 takes place in 2287.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neat.
200
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't
years
really make
plus
that
of slumber.
connection, because like it takes place in Boston. There's like isn't it Fenway Park? That's one of the cities or something.
There's Diamond City.
Yeah, which
Which
is yeah.
In Boston,
Yeah.
Fenway Park. It is a little bit different because in 2077, it's almost like a futuristic 50s type
Yeah.
of vibe. So
Yeah.
there definitely is like some things that I could understand why you'd think that.
Yeah, just like the music went backwards or something.
Well, I mean, the nukes went off, so music didn't progress past that
Okay,
point.
yeah.
So music kind of just, all that stuff has stayed the same. I mean, it is weird because in 2077, it's like 50s music and stuff, but it is still really technologically advanced and stuff. So yeah, it is
Technologically advanced in other ways.
yeah, a lot. Just it seems like in a pop culture stayed in the 50s, but technology is just went super far ahead.
It'd be
it's
interesting to
just a
see if that
beautiful
happened in
blend
our,
of-
It is.
our
It's
world.
amazing.
Everything. It's awesome. Detroit Become Humans releasing May 25th.
It's
How do we
exciting.
feel about it?
It's a good date.
I'm excited for that game.
Me too.
Now, let me say this. The box art is so ugly.
Isn't it just that dude's face?
It's half the dude's face.
okay. I've
It's
just not even seen it.
It's so ugly.
Again, like when I was copying, pasting these articles and everything, I just skimmed through everything because I was in a hurry.
Tell you what, Preston, you don't even have to look at the box art. You can just download it digitally.
I saw Alana Pierce say
that?
something about it
not
on
gonna do
Twitter
that.
about like, oh, do you guys just want another?
Oh, see, the first thing I see is fans underwhelmed for box art. That's it.
That's whatever.
It's just like,
It's not that bad. Okay.
I think it's
It's
bad.
okay. It's not good.
I don't like it. I think it's dumb.
Yeah.
I would have rather it just been a black box with Detroit becoming
Well, so if you were making it, what would you suggest they do? You have any good ideas?
Yeah, I would have made it look kind of like Quantum Break's cover art.
What does that look like?
With just the main character kind of like walking forward with like a bunch of like
Or what if they had
glyphs
like
in the
a
background
bunch
and
of
stuff.
different of their characters?
Yeah, why
on
not
the
all
cover or
three of the
something?
characters you play as like in a row or something like that? I feel like that they could have done something way cooler.
Maybe like one of them opened up. One of the what are they again?
They're androids.
Yeah, just opened up.
Yeah.
See what they look like. I don't know.
Open his face up.
Yeah. Maybe. Anything but that. I don't like that.
Okay. Well, the game itself, are you excited to play
Yes,
it?
I am excited for the game.
It comes
I
out
hope it's good.
May.
I hope it's good.
I think it'll be good. It looks better than Beyond, and I think that was a very okay game.
I remember watching you
So.
play through all of that.
I played through that in one day. Yeah. I thought it was fun. Definitely, I never played Heavy Rain, so I can't compare it to that.
Is that the one with Sean or whatever that kid's name is?
Jason!
Jason!
Yeah.
In the mall.
Yeah. That was my only Quantic Dream game I ever played was Beyond. Never played Heavy Rain, never
I
played
heard Heavy
Nuclear
Rain was
Prophecy.
really awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Remind me, who did Alan Wake again? I always get that confused with Heavy Rain.
Alan
and
Wake
stuff.
was Remedy,
Okay.
I believe. The same people that did the original Max Payne's and Quantum Break.
I heard Alan Wake was a cool game.
It was a cool game. I
Nice.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think Quantum Break was the last game I played on Xbox. I want to say.
For me, it was Sea of Thieves.
On your Xbox, you played Sea of Thieves?
I played the beta on Sea of Thieves, and me and Preston played the stress test.
Mine
on
has
PC.
to be. I
you
think
guys played Rise, correct?
Rise
of the Tomb Raider. Every time I say Rise,
Yeah.
it's Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about
Yeah, I
No,
played
Rise from
no.
Crytek.
No.
No, I think the last thing I played was Halo 5. That was a long time ago.
Fun game
Yes.
to an extent.
Snooze box.
Dude, PlayStation Plus games for March are incredible.
Yes.
It's easily one of the best months of all time, if not the best. I think it might actually
think
be
it
the
is
best.
the
It's the best.
For PS4, we're getting Bloodborne. Incredible.
You got to play that game if you haven't. Seriously.
Ratchet and Clank. It's funny. Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank are two of my absolute favorite games.
Those are
on
two
PS4.
must-play PS4 games.
I'm trying to think of top three if I had to name them. Probably Horizon.
Like me growing up, Ratchet and Clank was such a huge part of my video game catalog. Just growing up, I love those games.
I think my top four, I'm going to do four because I have to include Uncharted naturally, are Horizon, Bloodborne, Ratchet and Clank, and Uncharted 4. Favorite PS4 games at the moment.
Really? What about Horizon?
I said that first.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, Bloodborne, man, so good. I wonder if I'll ever replay that before what I assume the sequel to be coming at some point.
I hope so.
Every time I see someone just dabbling in that, like a Twitch stream or something, or like a YouTube video I come across, I'm like, man, I really love the world of that game.
I haven't seen it in so long. I'd like to revisit.
Ratchet and Clank, man, one of my favorite platinums on PS4. Absolutely adore that game. It's a shame I've already done everything I can possibly do in it. I don't have a reason to play it again, but it's so good. PS3, you're getting Legend of K and the infamous Mighty Number 9. Got to play that one, of course. On Vita, you're getting Claire Extended Cut and Bombing Busters.
2 classics.
Yeah.
No VR this month.
I don't think so. Nope. At least not on the PlayStation blog.
Moss came out to buy, which I've heard is amazing.
Yeah, everyone was freaking out when that was first revealed or announced at E3. A couple people played it and were going on and on about it. Apparently that has lived on to release, and it's great.
Reviews are great for it. I think I might pick it up.
It's a shame because it sounds a lot like that game Light Tracer that I played at PAX, and it's essentially the same idea where you control the little mouse, or in Light Tracer's case, the little girl, and hers is very much a platformer in VR, which I thought was really interesting. How you can control her environment and everything. But it sounds like it's the same kind of idea with Moss. I just haven't played Moss myself.
It's short too. It's like 5 or something hours.
Okay. Moss? Is this a PSVR exclusive?
It is. It is.
That's good.
I don't know if the PSVR is still $199 or not.
Man, that's cheap if it is.
Such a freaking good deal.
Yeah, it is. Holy crap. Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the ESRB loot box update. Not that I care, but I figured it's worth mentioning. You guys even want me to talk about this or no?
They're just putting a warning on the box.
Yeah, just a label like in-game purchases.
Cool.
Yeah, whatever.
Please don't read that paragraph.
Yeah, no, I grabbed it just in case, but yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
It's good that they're pointing that out.
Yeah. Great. All right. Well, we're nearing the end of the episode. Obviously, I have to get to work very soon, so we got time to nail out some community questions. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your continued contribution to this podcast and Ask IOG, which will return in time.
Maybe.
Don't know when, but it's going to.
There will be at least one episode this month. Mark my words.
I'm trying to think what I have going on this week.
Because you said it yourself. You don't have school all month. You finish up in a couple weeks. So.
Well, I have school until the 16th.
Yeah, well,
and then
that's halfway.
Then I start back on like April 1st or something.
Yeah, see, we'll find some time.
Yeah, we will. We can probably nail down 2 episodes this month. Yeah. So look forward to those in the coming weeks, if not this week, but I'm not going to promise it because I've broken one too many promises. But please continue to submit questions as often as you want to. If anything pops into your mind, I'd like to hear their thoughts on this, then please submit it in either one of 3 places. You can email us at ItsObviousGaming@gmail.com. You can tweet at us at obvious_gaming, or you can submit your questions in the Ask IOG section on our Discord channel. Now, if you're like, man, I really don't want to manually look up all those things myself, you can go to any video description we've ever had, or any Spotify or Apple Podcast episode, and you can find all of that information linked below, and you can just click on it. It'll take you right there. So we encourage you to do so. Please do so. If it's a random question, if it's game related, send it our way. We'd love to answer it. And always include the hashtag AskIOG if you want it read on the show. We don't want to accidentally read a sentimental thing you say to us on air. And
then laugh at you for being a loser.
Totally. So always include Ask EOG. Again, that's ASK_IOG. And we will read it on the show. All that being said, let's jump into the first one. It comes from Freybees or Freyebs. I think he describes it to us how to pronounce it at the end. We'll see if we can determine it.
I think I read something on Discord that said it's pronounced freebies.
Freebies?
Yeah.
Freyebs? I don't know. Here we go.
Freyebs. I don't know.
He says, hey dudes, super easy question here. How did this podcast get its start? I'm curious about y'all's origin story. I started listening 1 year ago, so maybe I missed this. But for all of us newcomers, what made you guys say, let's start a podcast? I genuinely very curious what drives the content. P.S. My username is Freybeebs. Freyebs is a play on my last name. You can pronounce it like Freyebs.
See, I think the I is capitalized E-Y-E because you need to pronounce I.
Or you can literally say...
Oh, I see. Frybes.
Yeah.
Frybes.
He says you can say it however you want.
Yeah.
So we can call him Fraboobs.
Yeah. Fraboobs.
Fraboobs.
Frybes. I got it now.
Thanks, guy. That's what I'm going to call you.
Why did we start this podcast?
Because we wanted to do a podcast.
Pretty much.
There isn't anything crazy.
Yeah, we would just have conversations similar to what you hear on the podcast all the time, not recording it. Like whether we were in an Xbox party or sitting in the same room playing games, and we'd be like, oh, it'd be kind of fun to record this.
We used to live together, and we'd have these conversations.
Yeah, that was when the conversation really started brewing, was when we were sharing an apartment together. And not terribly long after we moved out of that apartment, we started the podcast. Most notably, I think it was due to Kind of Funny Games, because those guys broke off from IGN. Like, we're starting our own gaming channel now, and our own branch of Kind of Funny that's all about gaming. We saw them do their thing. It was literally like 2 or 3 weeks after Kind of Funny Games started, when we're like, all right, let's do a podcast of our own.
I wasn't familiar with them when we started. I was just like, yeah, let's do it.
Right, yeah. So they were definitely one of the leading inspirations of our content initially. Yeah. Now we definitely developed a...
I know we wanted to do... I know the first thing we did was Let's Plays, and that kind of seemed to be like the first thing we were doing, but... I really wanted this to be podcast centered.
Yeah, definitely. And our first episode, our video on our channel is our first episode of the podcast. But yeah, the first video we shot, we never posted because whatever it was just terrible.
We didn't know what we were doing.
No. To an extent, we still don't know what we're doing.
No, we were trying to record with that DSLR camera that could record like for 5 minutes. And it was just...
And we were also using PS4 game capture, whatever, and I can only record 15 minutes of footage. And we were very timed and limited. Yeah. And also my mom that day was sleeping for work, and we couldn't be too loud, so we were like whispering the whole video. So, well, this blows ass, so we had to start over and do another one. Don't go watch our original videos. You will not enjoy yourself, I can assure you that.
No. You should watch them, though. It's pretty funny.
If you want a good laugh and a bit of cringe while you're at it, you can find plenty of it in the back half of our... in the depths of our YouTube channel. That was my goal.
I wanted one day for something of ours to be in a cringe compilation at some point. So.
Oh, you could definitely make a cringe compilation. I could probably make one for us at some point. So, yeah, that's why we started it. We just talked about it for a long time, and Kind of Funny was kind of the final push over the edge for us. But we developed kind of like a style and identity of our own over time, but that was what kind of pushed us over the edge. So that's why we did it. Butters89 says,
Butters!
Dudes, when is the next hashtag AskIOG podcast? I can't get enough of you guys. I've been listening to you guys for a couple months now. I can't get enough of Garrett's golden voice talking about Jacob's beautiful breasts. Wow.
I think we already answered that.
Yeah, nothing to say about you, Preston.
That's fine. Okay.
Let's see. The next one, like we just discussed, is probably in a couple weeks. I haven't checked my work schedule for this coming week. I know I work at least a few days, so I don't know which days they are. If I'm off on a Thursday, we can potentially have an Ask IOG this week if Jacob was available, and or Preston. So I'd like all three of us to do it, but I know we're all just endlessly busy. Yeah, at least one or two this month you can count on later on, if not this week. I love those episodes myself, so... Mr. Moose 212 says, hello there, gentlemen. With the recent release of Hunt Showdown in early access and the immediate tidal wave of problems I've had with the game, and he says in parentheses, haven't been able to load into a single match yet. Lost every hunter and all the money I spent on each one I tried to load in with. Man, that's a disaster. He says, this got me thinking, maybe these problems are simply because my PC isn't strong enough to run the game. I have a decent pre-built CyberPower PC with 8 gigs of RAM, and not much flashy stuff to brag about, but I think it's about time I started upgrading my PC. So my question to you guys is, where would you suggest I start my PC upgrading journey? I've been thinking I should start upgrading the RAM, but to be honest, I don't know too much about PC upgrading at all. Me and Garrett had a short discussion about this on the stream the other day, but I wanted to see what you all thought about it. Any advice you guys could give would be amazing. Love the podcast and all of your pretty taco stuffed faces. Well, Mr. Moose, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for your question. I'm going to defer to Preston on this one.
It's hard to answer.
I mean, I don't know anything about his PC.
Yeah, we need to know what you have.
8 gigs of RAM is suitable for now.
Right.
So don't upgrade your RAM. It's very hard to recommend getting anything right now because everything is so freaking expensive. CPUs, I think, are the same price, but GPUs prices are just insane right now. I don't know your CPU. So, maybe. I mean, typically I would say the most immediate thing, like the most probably drastic change that you would see just from replacing one thing is your GPU. But like I said, I mean, if you want to spend the insane prices, I'd just say upgrade your GPU.
Yeah, maybe look into buying another pre-built computer.
Yeah, pre-builts are like I said, the prices are so expensive right now. Pre-built, so you can get decent deals on them. So that might be your overall thing.
Maybe look into a CPU or a motherboard, because those can also affect your performance.
Excuse me.
They can.
I mean, not nearly as much as a graphics card.
Yeah, I mean, if your graphics card is just whatever, I mean, upgrading your CPU will help, but I mean, you still have to have a good graphics card.
Yeah.
So, especially the Hunt, which I'm not necessarily sure. I mean, some people were saying initially that it was a pretty CPU intensive game, just because the alpha, the way it was running and stuff, even with like really high end graphics cards. But I mean, I have a decent CPU and stuff, and I was still having problems with the game, so I'm not exactly sure. I didn't look into like how much CPU is being used while you're playing the game and everything, so I can't really speak to that. But yeah, I'd say see how much pre-built PCs are. I keep deferring back to the one that Garrett has. It's just a really good 1080p card, just a 1060 i5.
Don't you have
CPU.
CyberPower too?
I believe so.
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let us know. Let me know in Discord like what your specs are completely, because I can't help you out too much just knowing how much RAM you have. So that's all I have to say.
Yeah. Thank you, Preston.
Thanks, Mooseman.
Philip James writes in and says, "Gentlemen, been a while. I know IOG is about gaming, but what's obvious that it's obvious that you lot enjoy talking about movies. In the spirit of that, let's talk about movies. What, in your opinion, is the most underrated movie? And on the other side of the coin, what movie or movies do you feel are extremely overrated? Have fun with this. Go in depth."
I'm not too much in the movie sphere, so I don't necessarily know people's opinions about a lot of movies. So I don't really know if I can...
Underrated.
I mean, one of my favorite movies of all time that nobody ever talks about is The Book of Eli.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that's one of my top movies ever, and nobody really ever talks about it, but I don't necessarily know if it's underrated or not. I don't know other people's feelings on it.
Me neither. It's hard for me to pull stuff like this out of my brain on the spot. I watch so many movies, but
Yeah, I wish I had time to pre-plan some of these questions.
Yeah.
All right, I think I could come up with an overrated movie that honestly, anything that ever
I would say Last Jedi is overrated on Rotten Tomatoes.
Anything that
Gotcha.
Pretty much anything that ever wins like the Oscar movie of the year. I can't even think of one, but pretty much everything that wins, I'm like, eh.
Like, I'm gonna say the most controversial thing you ever heard.
Say it.
Black Panther's overrated. Big time.
Wow. How dare you?
But I do like that movie a lot.
I won't be on this podcast anymore.
Yeah. The strengths of Black Panther are very strong, and the weaknesses aren't even that weak. So
I'm sure I'll think it too, because everything I've heard about the movie is that it's the best thing to ever grace the planet. So
characters, awesome. Writing, exceptional. It's just the visual effects were very lackluster. Kind of took me out of it a bit. But everything else, man, super solid.
I'm going to say something maybe controversial too.
Okay.
La La Land.
That's overrated a bit.
Yeah.
I get that.
I
still really enjoy it.
But I don't think it was as good as some people.
Yeah, I do. I like that movie a lot just because I like Damien Chazelle. But we're going to see if... Because both of his endings, both Whiplash and La La Land are similar.
Whiplash. I think Whiplash is so much better than La La Land.
Oh, yeah. I like it way more.
I don't think it got any attention.
Yeah, people that have seen that movie recognize how great it is. But
love Whiplash.
Yeah, I like that.
My gosh,
I like that more than La La Land, but I also really do like La La Land for what it is. I just like Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone on camera together a lot. Their chemistry's awesome. And I like the story of both Whiplash and La La Land because it's realistic in a sense where in order to pursue something you want, it doesn't always mean it's going to be a happy ending for all parties involved. Like that's what I like. I don't want to spoil the ending of either of those movies if you haven't seen them, but it's realistic sort of in that sense.
Do you remember the Vogue 22 question things that you showed me for like Daisy Ridley?
Yeah, I hate
it's just
those, dude.
the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
That came up in my recommendations like weeks ago.
For the Emma Stone one?
For the Emma Stone one. And I watched it and I clicked out within 30 seconds. Not because of her, because it went inside her house and she had her TV on an articulating mount that was like 30 feet off the wall. And there were like 4 HDMI cables hanging down. I was like, I can't listen to you.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? You're so wealthy and you're doing this shit with your TV. So I exited out.
I can never make it through a full episode of those interviews.
Yeah.
Can't handle it. So
that's what I think of you, Emma Stone. Get your shit together.
We got to think of one underrated movie between the three of us. What's one underrated movie?
I don't think it's gonna be on your wall.
Yeah,
Is Whiplash underrated?
Whiplash? I don't think so, because critically, that movie's solid. Yeah.
Okay.
Quick side note. On Instagram, someone shared the Arkham Origins trailer where it shows Bruce Wayne as a kid, and it just flashes of his face. You remember that trailer?
I think so.
Where it's like it shows him as a kid, his parents get shot, and then it cuts to him getting bullied at school, and then it cuts to him at what are they called? What are they called?
The Bat Cave.
No, it's the League of Shadows. Yeah. I am the League of Shadows. That's what I had to think of to remember it.
I remember the first trailer.
And then it shows him as Batman fighting Bane.
Where he fights Deathstroke.
Yeah, that trailer's cool too. But I remember, I just forgot how awesome and simple that trailer was. Man, WB Montreal, man, they really killed it with Origins.
I liked Origins. Origins was cool. Underrated movie has to be... I can't think of anything.
Me neither, dude.
Literally nothing.
Sorry, Philip.
I've been thinking of movies this whole time, and I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I think if I gave it enough time, I could think
the
of something.
remake. I don't know if this is underrated. Again, I don't know the critic opinions on this, but I think one of my favorite westerns is the remake of 3:10 to Yuma, and nobody
that movie's awesome.
Yeah, nobody has that on like their list of best westerns or anything.
That's a fun one.
Of course, the best western.
I even like the remake of True Grit. I thought the remake of True Grit was good too.
Oh
my darling, Clementine.
Nothing beats Tombstone though. Tombstone is just.
Tombstone's good.
That is such a freaking good movie.
Agreed.
Yes.
I like westerns.
Me too, man. Definitely.
You think
one of
that
my
new
favorite
Christian Bale one is gonna be good?
I've heard it's very good.
Yeah, okay.
The one where he's like a Union Civil War soldier. I've already heard reviews for it, and apparently it's exceptional. So awesome. I really want to see that. Pace is going to close us out with a tale. It's not a question; it's a tale he has to share with us.
Okay.
And we're all involved.
Excellent.
So this is a bit of a lengthy one, but I think everyone's going to enjoy it. I
don't think I've seen this yet.
I haven't read it myself. I wanted it to be a surprise for all of us. So this is from Pace. It says, "Hey dudes, this isn't a question nor is it video game related, but I had an entertaining dream last night with you all in it.
Oh.
From what I can remember, we were getting into a suburban SUV. Preston was driving, Garrett was shotgun, and he asked Jacob if he was going with us. To which Jacob replied, 'No, I have iron to pump.' We drove away, and for some reason, Preston liked to cut off corners by driving through grass as a shortcut. This happened several times on the drive. We picked up more people, 2 girls and a guy. I didn't recognize any of them. It could have been your wife, my girlfriend, and Zach, maybe. Garrett turns around and hands me a keychain with a small toy-sized Halo sniper rifle on it. He said, 'Look through the scope, it's cool.' I looked through the tiny scope and it has the HUD like in the video game. Then I passed it around so everyone else could look at it. Preston continues to cut corners as we were going through the grass. We hit a huge rock that sends us flying across a pond and we land sideways on a bridge. Preston says that was a close one, then drives back to the road. What? Continuing down the road, we spot a group of people on the side, and Preston asks Garrett, 'Doesn't that guy owe you money?' Garrett nods, then Preston cuts the wheel and drives to the crowd. The guy in question runs across the street and through a parking lot. Preston ramps the vehicle over a curb into the parking lot, chasing him. The guy runs into a bar, then Preston slams the brake and exits the car with Garrett. The guy comes out of the bar with a huge fat bouncer, and I thought to myself, uh-oh, they're going to need help. I didn't have shoes on for some reason, so I scrambled to look for my shoes, and I only find one and slide it on, saying, 'This will have to do.' Jumping out of the vehicle, I grab the bouncer's arm and put it behind his back. Then he pulls a knife out with his other hand and tries to stab me. Garrett grabs the hand with a knife and says, 'Not today, sir.' While ripping the knife out.
Not today, sir.
Yeah, while ripping the knife out and throwing it away. In the background, I see Preston dropkick the guy that owes Garrett money, then run to the vehicle and yell, 'Let's go!' We hop into the SUV and speed off. Last I remember, we were laughing driving down the road. That's all I can remember. I don't know where we were going, but I like to think it was a trip to T-Bell. Hope you found my dream as entertaining as I did. Later, dudes."
That's awesome.
It's a great story. We should visualize that somehow, like recreate it.
Well, funny enough, I kind of did something like that on accident.
Did you?
The other day. I had to wake up like at 5 o'clock in the morning and go pick up something at the store. And I was so So I went to this Publix. There's this giant like shopping center, and there's a Publix and a Target next to each other. I went to the Publix to get something, came back to my car, and the parking spot that I was in didn't have any those pieces that like block off. So I just drove straight through to go to Target, and I park again at Target, go in and get something, come back, and I'm so tired, and I just driven through the parking spot over at Publix. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Like there were just lines. There was nothing blocking off. There that piece of concrete that separates the sections. So I drive to Target, park, get back in the car, and thinking that there's nothing in front of me either. So I go forward and I just go boom, boom, and I'm up on the sidewalk of this Target. There's like this median going down, and I'm like half my car's up on the sidewalk. Oh. I know. Then I back up, and as I fall, I was horrified that like the front of my car was gonna smash the concrete bouncing down. Luckily, it didn't.
Did you go quick?
Did I go quick? Yeah. I was like mortified. I was like so embarrassed that people were looking at me and stuff, even though it was like
5 in the morning.
So early. I don't think it was that early because Target was open, but it was early enough to where I was like loopy. Yeah. But yeah, so I guess you saw.
I was waiting for the guy with the knife to come out.
Yeah, that part didn't happen, but I accidentally drove up on a sidewalk this week, so
nice.
Maybe you saw that part in the future or something.
Perhaps, yeah. I know Harley said she had a dream that we were in recently, didn't she, on Discord?
I remember that.
People dreaming about us all of a sudden.
Yeah. I mean, if you're listening to somebody, like I can understand that.
We are pretty dreamy.
Yeah. You're dreamy, Jacob.
That's true.
I think I've dreamt about you guys a few times at some point.
Oh, I know 1,000% I've dreamt about y'all. But so I'm sure when we were living together, that was a extremely common thing to happen.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, man.
Then I would wake up in your bed. I would want to know what was happening.
What?
That was the ItsObviousGaming podcast, the show where my two best friends and I talk every week about video games. Please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, and also subscribe to us at youtube.com/ItsObviousGaming. Please check the description down below for literally anything you could ever want or imagine to talk to us about.
It's literally a search engine.
Amen, baby.
Yeah. Anything else you guys like to say?
Running sound for a hip-hop show tonight.
Oh,
dude, that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's Nelly.
Nelly?
And I hope he plays Grills. That'd be cool. I can recite the entire song Grills.
What you looking at? Oh, I want to see your grill.
I don't know that song.
Yeah,
dun,
your grill.
Dun, 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 dun. And the whole top's bottom. Oh, wait, that's not it.
I know
the whole top's bottom and the bottom row's gold.
The whole top's bottom?
The whole top's diamond and the bottom row's gold. Okay. Excuse me.
Gotcha.
I think that's it. When I hear the beat, I can do it. Anyway, that's besides the point. Great. That's what I'm doing
thanks
tonight.
For listening, guys, and we look forward to seeing you all next week.
Always. I look forward to maybe a couple streams this week. You got a couple streams up your sleeve, Jacob?
Maybe.
I might have one later in the week. I got to get through all my BS beforehand.
Out of town, so.
Yeah. Well, screw you, man.
So I can't.
It's all right. Maybe me and Jacob can put together a little Overwatch Let's Play if I decide to purchase Overwatch. No, we'll see. Man, I'm going to have to boop before I leave.
All right, I thought we could get through a podcast without one of us having to poop.
Way to go. By the end, man. I told you my body's trained. Time to poo-poo.
Nice. Well, thanks for sticking around, guys, and we look forward to seeing you all next week.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a good week.
Phenomenal week.
Bye.